This is Luke McCown, former NFL quarterback for the New Orleans Saints and JHS class of 2000. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on jhs-sports.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dragon Stadium in the oldest town in Texas. That's right, we are in Nacogdoches. It is week one of District 9-5A Division II play. Aaron Swink, Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and Ryan Travis along with you tonight on jhs-sports.com. Glad that you're with us. Let us know as we get into the broadcast where you're listening from. Always like to know where the Fighting Indian fans are. And Matt, a lot of them will be in Nacogdoches tonight. Maybe not as many as would have been if not for the Henderson game, but Jacksonville looking to rebound.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it's 37-34 Henderson with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter at Tomato Bowl 2 weeks ago, and then the wheels just fell off the bus. And, of course, Henderson's a great football team. They scored 63 last week against Center, so that's a team that can put up some points in a hurry. And that's what Jacksonville worked on the last 2 weeks, guys. It was let me just put it this way, it was a brutal 2 weeks of practice down in Happy Valley with Wayne Coleman. Not happy with the tackling. Kenny Kennedy, defensive coordinator, made some significant moves that we'll be talking about throughout the broadcast, some personnel moves, some scheme changes that hopefully will take better advantage of Jacksonville's athletes. And, it was a game that really just got away from Jacksonville in a hurry. It all turned on that interception that bounced right off the hands of Casey Kennedy when he took that shot in the head. I thought was a targeting play, but they didn't call it. They got the interception, then they got the safety, and gosh, man, it just Katie barred the door. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting a massive crowd from Jacksonville to come over tonight. Maybe they're home listening to us here on jhs-sports.com as we are in Nacogdoches. This is the 68th meeting between Jacksonville and Nacogdoches, and, man, we've had some wild ones, Aaron, as you know, through the years. And just a little history about this matchup here. Nac holds the edge 32-31. It's that close, yeah. Now, there was a 29-year gap in this series from 71 to 2002 when Nacogdoches dropped from now 6A down to 5A. And, of course, everybody remembers the 12 overtime game here in 2010. And, Nac had to win by 7 to make the playoffs, and Jacksonville won the game 84-81, eliminated Nac. And then they played 5 overtimes in 2014. Jacksonville won 85-79. And then in 2016, the last time that we were here in Nacogdoches, what a game that was. Nacogdoches had to win by 3 to make the playoffs, and I'll never forget, standing right down here, I'm looking down in this east end zone where it was 4th and 10 at the 10, and there's like a minute and a half to go in the game. It's bad. It looks really grim for Jacksonville. And Montre Christopher makes a catch for exactly 10 yards to keep the drive alive. And then, of course, Indians march down the field. Cam I hits Devin Henry. Indians go to the playoffs. Nacogdoches stays home. So Jacksonville's really been a thorn in the side of Nacogdoches the last few years. And who can remember the last game on the grass at Tomato Bowl when Dontrell Sessions set a Jacksonville high school record with 7 touchdown passes in the first half at Tomato Bowl as the Indians just blew out Nacogdoches. So, what can you expect, Aaron? I would probably expect more drama tonight, especially since it's the opening district game.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And when we talk about Nacogdoches, and it seems like we've said this for years, that they're just an enigma. They're so inconsistent, and yet there's been so much drama in the Jacksonville game. But when you look at Nacogdoches throughout the years, their season results, there are no patterns with this team.
There really aren't. I mean, they lose games they should win, and then they win games they shouldn't lose. And that's what's been their MO for so many years. And, Nacogdoches has that, and you talk about an enigma, they have that reputation of looking like Tarzan but playing like Jane. And I don't mean that derogatory. I mean that they always have some fabulous-looking athletes, just amazing, but somehow they just don't seem to produce. It's been a long time since they've put a really string of good seasons together, and they're 0-3 right now. Of course, they are just like Jacksonville in who they play in non-district. I mean, they played Kilgore, great team, Class 4A. Lufkin, their annual meeting that they played. And then last week they played 6A Robert E. Lee. They lost 35-28. Probably should have been worse of a loss than that because Ryder Lee filmed a lot, but they stayed in the game with them. And they're really beat up as Nacogdoches. I understand they have 5 starters that may not play tonight. Some of them possible, but I know that they said at least 3 aren't even suited up. So it's been a rough pre-district for Nacogdoches as well as Jacksonville outside of the huge win over Palestine when they came from behind 41-21 at the half and came back to win it. But Nacogdoches 0-3, Jacksonville 1-2. Nac has a new staff, new head coach in Darren Allman. But they also have a familiar face to Jacksonville fans, Jay Brown, Jacksonville class of 1981. He's coached a lot of places in East Texas and North Texas, and he coached at Texas College. Jay Brown is the defensive coordinator for Nacogdoches. So good to see him here. Back with a 3-year starter at quarterback, Jake Smith. I remember when he was a sophomore just a couple of years ago, man, he looked really good, and he's a senior. He also is a really good runner. He's their leading rusher, which isn't saying much with the amount of yardage he has. Their offense has struggled, but he can hurt you throwing the football. They have a good running back, and they've improved a lot from the Lufkin game to that Lee game last couple of weeks ago.
And Jacksonville, for their part, Matt, as you said, with the bye week, lots of changes made, and we'll get into it and hear a little more from Coach Coleman as we get into smoke signals in a little while. But boy, they didn't pull a lot of punches in practice this week, the last 2 weeks.
Well, they really didn't. I mean, that's kind of the theme. It's been that way for the last 15 years. You don't see a lot of teams with all the concussions and the talk of head injuries and things. There's not a lot of hard hitting in practice anymore. There might be one day. I'm not saying they don't hit, but they don't do the real physical, old school, what we call it. Well, the last 2 weeks it's been old school down in Happy Valley. There's been a lot of hitting, a lot of tackling, a lot of taking guys to the ground. Coach Coleman said, you start district, you got to find out which guys are ready to bring people down. You can't run in and bump into people in Class 5A. You may get away with that in 2A, but you got to go up and you can't just hit people and bounce off of them. You've got to wrap up and bring them down, and that's a real deficiency that Jacksonville defensively has had. Really, all 3 games they've had this year, we've seen some really poor tackling, and you look at the number of points Jacksonville's given up, and it's evident that they really needed to work on their tackling, and that's what Wayne Coleman said they did a lot. Folks, this part of our countdown to kickoff is sponsored by Andy Calcoat and Texas Farm Bureau. Andy and Texas Farm Bureau, they're ready to help you with all your life, home, and auto insurance needs. Give Andy Calcoat at Texas Farm Bureau a call. Ready to help you with all your insurance needs. We want to thank Andy for sponsoring this part of Countdown to Kickoff, guys. We had a little bit of rain earlier, and it's passed by. Wind's blowing pretty good now out of the south, and looks like it's going to clear out and be a beautiful night for football in this 9-5A Division II opener.
So, Matt, as we've said, Jacksonville and Nacogdoches always good for drama. Do you have plans for tomorrow morning, or have you gone ahead and cleared your calendar just in case?
Well, I remember that well, and I actually I know what you're referring to, but I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. You were talking about all the overtimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you were talking about the A&M kickoff at 11, and I thought, I think I can make that one. Okay.
If this one is over.
If this game's over, that's right.
Right.
But, yeah, you think about those 12 overtimes, and then that game was such a farce to me. It was all about points. But the 1 in 14, the 5 overtime game at Tomato Bowl, that was for real.
Yeah,
that was a real 5 overtime game. So Jacksonville tonight will be seeing a zone defense, something they haven't seen the first 3 weeks of the season, as Nacogdoches will run a 2 deep, 1 man under zone defense. So that's gonna take away some of the successful plays Jacksonville's had offensively. And my goodness, Jacksonville has definitely been, for all the woes of the defense, they have definitely put some points up on the board as Jacksonville. And that's going to take away some of those slants, maybe some of those little underneath routes and the deep routes. They're going to try to cover those. So they're going to try to make Jacksonville find the zone, find the area where there's not anybody in place, because the man-on-man coverage, they've seen the film. You try to go man-on-man on Chris Carpenter, that's going to be a problem for you. And also Jalen Freeney, Tyrese Gibson, those 2 cats can hurt you. And tonight are expecting to see a change at running back, as Aaron Richardson, who also plays linebacker on defense for Jacksonville, he needs those reps on defense. The defense needs Aaron Richardson over there. So we may see Dominic Hinojosa with his first varsity start, brought up from the junior varsity a couple of weeks ago, and he may be getting some reps at running back to start this ball game. We'll see how that develops. So he's a scooter. I saw him go 93 yards against Palestine in the JV game a few weeks ago, and that'll get your attention. Quick guy. And this offensive line is really starting to kind of come together. Of course, Marco Nunez, the veteran, Aiden Gay, the young sophomore at center, he's starting to come around really well. Jeremy Singleton's doing a good job. And you're just starting to see this offensive line starting to develop, especially even in the Henderson game. You scored 40 points on a top 10 4A team right there. That doesn't just happen. That means that offensive line is starting to kind of gel. Hopefully they can keep that going tonight, Aaron.
Absolutely, Matt, and we will see in just a matter of minutes here as we continue to get ready. And looks like, Matt, as you said, it's going to be a great night for football. The rain has moved out, and it should be just about right for late September football in Texas.
Should be. So you want to take a break and come back?
Yeah, let's step away for 2 minutes and we'll come back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Andy Calcoat in the Rusk office at 903-683-2576. Andy's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
Did you know that Homes and Properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
And we are back live here at Nacogdoches Dragon Stadium, continuing to get ready for Jacksonville and Nacogdoches in the first district ball game. Folks, in the last few weeks, the Jacksonville community has suffered a big loss of one of our own, somebody that was near and dear to the Jacksonville athletic program in the community. Of course, we're talking about Wolf Whitaker. And Matt, you knew him well. He was a teammate of yours. And I know you want to take a moment to remember Philip Wolf Whitaker.
Yeah, this is a tough deal. Wolf, we lost him on September the 15th. And, of course, everybody knows Wolf. And he touched so many people's lives. It really hasn't sunk in yet that he's not here. And I mean, all of us can name someone that we know who may not like us, but I can truthfully say, Aaron, that I don't know anyone who didn't like Wolf Whitaker. I mean, not just liked him, but loved Wolf Whitaker, and I know I did. And not only was Wolf a great husband to Patsy, but he was also a tremendous dad to Josh. He was so proud of him. And every time I would say, "Hey, Wolf, how's Josh doing?" his face would just light up when he talked about Josh. And, of course, I mean, everybody knows, the bucket hat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody saw the bucket hat. But underneath that hat, I don't remember the hat as much as I remember that massive smile. I mean, we walked these sidelines, as you know, for about 30 years, I reckon, something like that. I mean, close to it anyway. And he would take these amazing professional pictures, and I'd be down here on the sidelines just yammering on in the game, and he'd look over at me with that big old toothy grin, and he'd say, "Dang, son, calm down." I could hear him saying that. Everybody loved Wolf, our student athletes, our coaches. And, people don't know this. Wolf literally gave away hundreds and hundreds of his pictures.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Matt, on the way over here, I was commenting that I did not know that. I always assumed he was on the payroll either with the district or the newspapers or somebody. But no, that's just the kind of guy that he was.
Well, he loved giving kids those pictures, for free. And every year he would come to my office and we would sit there and go through all these pictures for the slideshow at the sports banquet. He provided all those pictures for the sports banquet for so many years, and for the kids. I mean, that's why he did it. He did it not for the sports banquet. He wanted those kids to have that moment where they had that moment in their athletic career that they could see and they could enjoy with their friends. That's just the kind of guy who he was. I know you mentioned this. I mean, we were classmates and, knew each other since we were 15 years old. And I don't think people realize the impact that Wolf had on Jacksonville, Texas, and especially the kids here. and that's just I'll just please keep Patsy Whitaker in your prayers, and really keep Josh in your prayers. Wolf is Josh's hero, and we just it's just a tremendous loss for our community, but more so for Patsy and for Josh, and God love them, and just keep praying for them.
Well said, Matt. And Jacksonville is always going to remember Wolf Whitaker, and we were glad to know him and get to share so many great years with him.
Indeed.
And folks, at this time we are getting ready for Jacksonville and Nacogdoches, and as we said, the Indians have had 2 weeks of practice, lots of preparation, and to hear a little bit more about that, let's send it over to Smoke Signals now, and we'll hear from head coach Wayne Coleman.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Smoke Signals. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach and athletic director Wayne Coleman. Coach, you had the bye week this last week. Tell our viewers and listeners what you got accomplished in the bye week. I know you got a lot of little nicks and bruises healed up.
We did, but we went out a couple days and got real physical. Worked on tackling, some live tackling, probably more physical than we've been since I've been here in the last 5 years. So our kids they understand the message.
This is the second season. District starts against Nacogdoches down at Dragon Stadium, and the non-district schedule, Coach, I guess you got accomplished what you wanted to. I know the record may not reflect that, but you played some really good teams. What, the combined record for all three of the teams, Carthage, Henderson, Palestine, 9-3?
9-3, right? Yeah. Those three teams have had a really good, solid start. Good competition. Found out a lot about ourselves. Your weaknesses aren't going to be as glaring unless you play quality opponents, and we definitely identified some of our problem spots, and I think we got better during the open week.
The Henderson game was so strange. I mean, it's 37-34 Henderson with about 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and then their running game just took over, and it was really just a spurt right there at the end of the third quarter to start the fourth quarter that put the game out of reach.
Yeah, momentum plays a part in football maybe more than any other sport. You do see it in basketball. You see runs in basketball, and there was just a run in that game, in the Henderson game, that stretch there of about 4 or 5 minutes where they really got on a roll, and we weren't able to stop them. And you can't let a dynamic team like that, get on that kind of a roll.
Yeah, it seemed like the game turned on the interception with Clater throwing it to Casey, and he got, I thought, targeted, and they didn't, maybe not, I can't see everything down there. Anyway, the ball popped up, they picked it off. That's when the game seemed to turn.
Yeah, it did. That was kind of just barely on our end of the field, and it set them up. We had just gotten the ball back from them. We finally got a chance to take the lead, and we turned the ball over. They get new life, and it was on for there.
A lot of points in the game, Jacksonville versus Henderson. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Starting off here, Henderson running the football right here. Nice tackle there. Good job.
Knee down right there. Kid rolls out of it, and they don't call him down, and he runs in for the touchdown.
Yeah, one of those just got to finish plays.
Yeah.
And here's the pass that Chris Carpenter throws to Freeney in the end zone. What a great throw and catch right here.
Chris, does a lot of things well. He's got a really good arm. Could have been a quarterback in a lot of other programs.
Yeah. Freeney really went up and got that. Now here's Clater to Carpenter for 48 down to the 4.
Yeah, big play on 3rd and long here, and Chris beats the man coverage.
And here's that combination again, Clater to Carpenter for the score. Nice ball fake.
Yeah, good RPO execution by Patrick there.
And here's Clater to Freeney. Freeney's getting a lot of looks, Coach. Everybody's all over Carpenter, and there's Freeney stepping up.
Freeney he's a great second receiver right there, can beat man coverage himself.
And here's the TCU commit Medford right here getting hit and sacked here behind the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit.
Such a great athlete. You really have to gang tackle him.
Defensively, here comes Bryson Tatum, your outstanding junior linebacker, with a hit. Causes the fumble. Casey comes up with it.
Yeah, just a nice play by both those kids.
Tyrese getting in the passing game here.
Yeah, and Tyrese is another. We've got some receivers, some guys that can make plays. We're gonna have to rely on those guys in district.
Well, this is a play a lot of fans were talking about here. Look at Freeney turns the Jets on right here and just leaves them.
He can run, and that kid's going to be able to play ball at the next level if he chooses to do so. He's got a great soccer career ahead of him also.
Does. Offensive Player of the Year in the district last year in soccer.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. We're lucky to have him, out there playing receiver for us. And when people try to double Chris, we've got some other options to go to.
Well, make no doubt about it. I mean, Henderson's a good football team, and you scored 40 points on them, and offensively. But Coach, you said you guys worked on tackling this last during the bye week, and it was your kids seemed to be in position to make the play. The schemes were good. They were out there. They just didn't execute.
Yeah, and it's a lot of times it's a matter of on your run fits not leaving too big of a hole for a kid to make a tackle. And all run fit defenses are designed to leave one player unblocked in the hole. Well, that's fine as long as the hole isn't too big. So you can't leave a kid in too much space to tackle a kid like Medford, because that kid can make you miss. That old saying about you can't tackle a kid in a phone booth. You actually want to leave the size of a phone booth to make tackles in. You can't leave storage unit size holes to tackle.
Not for that guy. You can't.
Not for him. No. So we've got to get better on our fits, squeezing the holes, making the holes small, and we've got to be better tacklers. We've got to do both those things, and we worked really hard on those things in the open week.
So District 9 5A kicks off this week down in Nacogdoches. The Dragons played Robert E. Lee very well before the bye week. They got beat 35-28 up at Rose. And Coach, this is a team. They bring their quarterback. He's back. They got some receivers back. This is a Nacogdoches team, I think, more powerful than they were last year.
They've gotten better every week. They're learning their new system. The quarterback is a playmaker. It just seems like that's the name of the game these days. Everybody's quarterback is a playmaker, and he's played a lot of games for them. He led them to the playoffs last year, so he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Speaking of playmakers, I know that you got Patrick Clater more involved in the running game this last week on that zone read, and he did a good job. Had a lot of yards rushing.
He does. Anytime you run your quarterback, it opens up the run game for your running backs. So we've got to keep evolving that, and it's just a fine balance between when you've got such a good passer and Patrick, how much do you run him with the ball?
This is such a big game from the standpoint of not only has it opened up district play, but it is a game on the road. And if you can go down there and you get a win on the road, Coach, then you've got the majority of the next games at home. And this could be a big week for your football team to steal one on the road, if you will.
Yeah, that's true. We're talking about 7 games left. 4 at home, 3 on the road. You start on the road. If you can get this one on the road, and you hate to say you're in the catbird seat, but you feel really good about yourself.
Yeah. Talk about Nacogdoches offensively. You've mentioned their quarterback. They've got a big offensive line too. Again,
they've got their center is a great, no doubt, all-district football player. He's a great player, and their running back is a really good player. He returns, so they've got kids in the right places to do things. They returned 2 receivers also that guy has been throwing to for a couple years. So they really can do some stuff on offense. And we're going to have to really, the things that we've worked on the last couple weeks, fixing our run fits, becoming better, more physical tacklers, those things are going to have to come through for us.
I remember 2 years ago at Tomato Bowl when Dontrell threw the 7 touchdowns in the first half. Nacogdoches had brought up a lot of young sophomores on the varsity. Those guys are seniors now.
Yeah, a lot of those guys that we were torching that night are now seniors, and they're going to be a lot more difficult to beat this week. So we're going to have to be creative, do some things on offense, and you don't want to get outside of yourself. You want to do what you do. You just have to be prepared for. They've had 2 weeks to get their defense ready, for us. So what changes are they going to make? So we got to try to stay ahead of the curve, when it comes to game planning.
And non-district is such a chess game. You want to go out, you want to win the game, you want to compete, but you don't want to show too much because these are the games coming up that count. And you got to believe, obviously, Nacogdoches is going to come in trying to double up Chris Carpenter, take him away from you. But now they got Freeney, you got Tyrese. Aaron's running the ball well behind your offensive line. What will Nacogdoches try to do to take away those weapons?
Wow. I think they're going to mix it up and show some stuff we haven't seen. We've seen a lot of man coverage the first 3 games, which is typical for East Texas. That's kind of the base coverage in East Texas. Everybody's got good athletes in the secondary. So I would expect Nacogdoches is going to mix it up on us and not let us see so much man coverage.
Many changes defensively as far as scheme goes from non-district to this starting off with district. I mean, is it going to be less complicated or is it going to be more stunning? And what's your look going to be like?
Yeah, we've definitely adopted the KISS
Keep it simple.
philosophy. We're going to keep it simple, and we've moved some personnel around into some different spots, places where we think that those kids can be more successful. So we're going to try to keep it simple for our kids and let them be more aggressive. Maybe less thinking will make us better tacklers.
One thing, Coach, and before we get to the keys to the game that I noticed in the Henderson game is that even when the score got to where it was and the game was seemingly over, your kids kept playing. I've seen some teams in the past that kind of stopped, and so it seems like the MO of this team is just keep playing, keep fighting through. I mean, they started that with the Carthage game when that game was kind of out of reach too.
Yeah, and what happens is when you have that big comeback in the Palestine game, then your kids understand the reason why you have to keep playing 48 minutes. And you see it every week. Somebody makes a big comeback. UCLA came back from I don't know how much down this week. They did it again this week to win a big game. So the more that our kids see that and understand that, and it's just a reflection of their character also. You want that kind of a team playing for you in Jacksonville, kids that never quit.
Keys to the game to get the win.
Obviously, play better on defense, be better tacklers. I think we've done a lot to fix our run fits and squeeze down the holes for that goes. We're going to put a little more stress, maybe on our secondary than we have been. We've been kind of sitting back trying to protect them a little bit because Carthage and Henderson had such good passing games. We're going to have to put a little more stress on them. And then offensively, just keep clicking. We've done a good job of throwing and catching. We got to keep doing that.
District 9-5A kicks off this Friday night at Dragon Stadium at 7:30 kickoff. We'll be on the air on JHS-sports.com, live streaming at 6:45. For head coach Wayne Coleman, I'm Matt Montgomery. We'll see you next time right here on Smoke Signals.
Hey Indian fans, how's it going? My name is Ryan Travis. I'm the producer for JHS-sports.com, and today I'd like to talk to you about a couple of the problems you may be experiencing. This is a new format that we're doing, streaming online, and so there is going to be a learning curve for this first season. So just bear with us. We'll get you covered and figured out. If you have any questions that you have after watching this video, please feel free to ask us those on Facebook. You can send us a direct message or through Twitter. But before we get started with a couple problems, I'd like to talk to you about why we are not able to broadcast the live video of the game. So I know there's probably a misconception out there that people thought we were broadcasting the game live, but it is against UIL rules for us to do that, and so we are not able to broadcast the actual live video of the game. However, we do have some video that we're showing, so we do show smoke signals before the game. We start that around 7 o'clock, and then we also have video ads. So if you've seen our ads and you've seen our sponsors that we have, we're very grateful for them supporting our broadcast, and so we do have video ads for them as well. We do have the score up, so if you need to check what the score is and you just want to pop in for a second or something, you are able to do that as well. If you would like to listen to the audio only rather than watch the still video or something, you can do that through the website. However, the best way that I've found to do that is actually through the Twitch app, and you can find all of the links to the platforms that we're streaming on down at the bottom of our page. We are on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, and so we're trying to make it as accessible as possible for everyone to watch, which is partially why we are doing the number of platforms that we are. So if you prefer to watch on Facebook, that's great. If you're watching on your phone, I would say Twitch is probably the best option in terms of watching on a mobile device. It does allow you to listen to the audio only, and so the best way to probably do that, and you can test this because we do have a clip up, unless you want to test it live during the broadcast on Friday night. You can go to our page on Twitch, you can hit clips, and then you can swipe down from the top after you close the app, and you can hit play, and it will continue to play offline. And so you can access your phone, your messages, kind of anything that you'd like to do while you're still listening to the broadcast. You're choosing to listen on maybe a smart TV. That's another option as well. You can do that through YouTube. YouTube's probably the best platform to do that on. If you're watching on your computer, you can watch on Facebook, you can watch on Twitter, you can watch on YouTube, you can watch on Twitch. All of them work very well on the computer. However, I would not recommend the website for watching on mobile. It tends to buffer quite a bit, and I don't know if that's just because there's a lot of traffic on our website when people are watching, because I noticed that we've had like 150 viewers at one time, and if all of those people are watching on the website, that's going to cause some slowdown. So probably the best way to watch is on an external app. I would recommend either YouTube or Twitch, unless you just prefer to watch on Facebook. If you have any problems, please message us on Facebook or Twitter. You can send us a direct message from our page. That's probably the best way to get in contact with us if you do have a question. We've had a few people do that in the past, and it's I think we've solved their problems. So this is just going to address some of those that we've already been asked, as well as hopefully solve any that may be presented in the future. So if you have any questions, please feel free to follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, send us a message there, and we'll get you straightened out. So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys watching and supporting Fighting Indian football, and enjoy the game. This has been Ryan Travis signing off.
This is Pete Lamons, tight end for the Super Bowl III champion New York Jets and JHS class of 1961. Whew! You're listening to the Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium in Nacogdoches. That, of course, was great JHS alum Pete Lamons bringing us back.
He can't believe he graduated in 61. He's like, woo!
Where does the time go, Pete?
Oh, man. Hey, folks, this is part of our countdown to kickoff is sponsored by our good friends Gene Brumelo and his daughter and Farmer Gene, class of 1967 and class of 2006 of the South Jackson Street Dairy Queen. We want to thank them for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff. We have a moment of silence here. Excuse me. And without a doubt, we'll know that when we leave this place. Wow, what a beautiful hymn, huh?
So the Nacogdoches High School Dragon Band.
You may be seated. We will have the national anthem with both teams return to the field.
Wow. Y'all getting some feedback there?
Just a little bit, and I think
Not sure if that's coming over the PA system.
getting a little bit here, but I think Ryan Travis can.
That's over the PA.
We are getting some from you, but we have like a power strip in front of us. So
No. That's coming over the PA system.
No, but we're getting some from your mic too before that.
Yeah, we were. So we'll see if we can
there we go.
fix that, folks, but bear with us.
That sounded like that kind of went off there, didn't it? Nope, there it is. Hello.
Yeah, just a little bit here, and we'll try to
Sorry about that.
work through that issue.
Whew. I'll let you guys work on that.
So the officials now being introduced, and Matt, do you know if they have already done the coin toss tonight, or?
I do not know. It is homecoming here tonight, so there was a lot of activities pre-game as they introduced the homecoming king and queen court, and then they announced the homecoming king and queen. One of the offensive linemen, I believe, got it for Nacogdoches. A young lady also out of the band. Ooh, that's some high pitching right there, isn't it?
It is, and we'll see if we can identify that.
So besides Jacksonville here at Nacogdoches tonight to open up the 9-5A Division II district race, Lindale is at Marshall tonight. That's going to be an interesting ball game. Also, Hallsville's at Pine Tree. Mount Pleasant is at White House. So there's your district schedule for tonight. We'll be talking about some of those games as the broadcast goes on, keeping up with them. Of course, next week, Jacksonville returns home to Tomato Bowl to play the White House Wildcats.
But right now, here comes the Tribe.
Yep.
Behind the Mighty J flag once again.
There we go.
Leading the Indians onto the field.
Flag crew doing a nice job. Look at Mark Alexander's young man, his son, bringing up the backside of it with the big E. So let's see what the officials will bring both captains out, or both teams' captains, I should say. Let me ask Wayne Coleman if they flipped it or not. Hang on.
We go right to the source here, jhs-sports.com, folks.
Well, they have flipped the coin, and Jacksonville won the toss, Aaron, and they're going to be going from left to right on your digital dial. Okay, did you catch that? On your digital dial.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Yep. So where you guys are sitting in the press box from left to right. So the wind really has died down after that little rain came through. A little squall blew through, and now it is just it's a little stickier than it was without the wind, but it's a very good night for football. I mean, it's starting to get that feel, man, you know, like football weather. The first 3 weeks are like, man, this summer is rough. Jacksonville in their all whites tonight with those now famous headdress helmets. Nacogdoches wearing all black. We should be able to tell which team is which tonight with the contrasting color schemes, all white. And of course, Nacogdoches has a lot of gold trim on those black uniforms, and they have the matted helmets with the gold N for Nacogdoches, of course, on the side of their helmet. And I'm disappointed, Aaron. I want to know what is happening here. The dragon is gone.
The dragon, I noticed that.
What happened to the dragon?
So the Nacogdoches Dragons.
The inflatable dragon.
Yes, for the last, seemed like forever, they had this just huge inflatable dragon.
I mean, they're coming out of a helmet.
They're just coming out of a helmet.
That's not original.
Anybody could come out of a helmet. So here come the Dragons. All in black tonight, as Matt said, gold trim.
Those jerseys look like the Pittsburgh Steelers, except the Steelers wear the gold pants. Nac's got the black pants on again. Nac 0-3, Jacksonville 1-2. Both teams coming in after brutal non-district schedules, and you would think that if you looked at them comparatively, Nac may have had a more difficult schedule just because, you know, Jacksonville had the Palestine game. I'm equating Lufkin with Carthage and Henderson with probably Kilgore. Okay, and Jacksonville's Palestine game, I guess, I mean, that compared to Robert E. Lee, you got to even Nac, that's probably a tougher opponent. Nevertheless, these two teams will decide who wins this game, not who they've played. So getting set now for the Nacogdoches High School Band to play the national anthem. Again, folks, this is part of our countdown to kickoff, sponsored by Gene Brumelo, class of 1967, and his daughter Ann Farmer, class of 2006. the South Jackson Street Dairy Queen right across downtown, not toward downtown, excuse me, going out south of town. The Dairy Queen. Appreciate Gene and Ann for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff as we get closer and closer to the kickoff of District 9 5A Division II here in Nacogdoches.
Recording artist Nia Sanders, known as Nia Peace, as she sings our national anthem.
Sounds like we're going to have somebody sing the national anthem. Let's listen in. The national anthem being sung by somebody on that Nacogdoches side. Very pretty, very nice. As we get closer to kickoff here, they'll bring the captains out. Of course, if you're just joining us, Jacksonville has already won the pregame flip of the coin as the ceremonial toss now will take place. Jacksonville is going to get the football first, and the wind has picked up just slightly now since I said a moment ago that we didn't have any wind. Jacksonville will be going into the face of about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind now, as it's a perfect night for football here in Nacogdoches. And I'm prepared. I'm prepared to stay a long time. I brought extra water. I mean, you know, hey, Jacksonville and Nacogdoches play each other. You never know when you're going to get out of this place.
As former Fighting Indian play-by-play man Reed Kerr likes to say, Jacksonville and Nacogdoches like to play till Saturday morning.
Yes, well said.
And he would know.
He would know, yeah. Pretty good crowd on the Nacogdoches side, as you would expect, with the homecoming festivities going on. Jacksonville's a late arriving crowd. There about 20 minutes ago, I was kind of like, where is everybody? And so pretty good little crowds now come down the loop, made that turn, and down to Nacogdoches, about 45 minutes from Jacksonville, as the teams now line up to signify something we already know. Jacksonville will be going from left to right, they'll get the football, and we'll see if this Jacksonville offense can put some points on the board to start the game, something they've done pretty well. In recent times, in the last couple of years of Wayne Coleman's regime, he's not one of those guys that likes to defer to the second half and put his defense on the field. And definitely, for the first 3 games this year, that's been a problem. So he's going to take the football and give his explosive offense, an offense that scored 40 points 2 weeks ago on a good Henderson team, and 49 points in that win over Palestine in week 2. So, Aaron, I expect a slobber knocker here tonight. Of all the games in the district, and I'm not just saying this because we're covering this one, but this is a key game because it's, you know, you kind of know Marshall's a leader in the district, one of the better teams, but, you know, Jacksonville and Nacogdoches are 2 sleeper teams. So which one of these 2 sleeper teams that nobody's really picking to make the playoffs is going to come out of this one and make themselves known? We'll see.
I think you're right, Matt. I think this is a vital game for both teams, and boy, how's that for pressure? Nothing like your district opener to be maybe one of the most important games you'll play all season.
And Jacksonville has been a pretty good road team of recent times. We talked about that on the way down here, as the Indians I don't know. They just maybe the home games make them lose a little focus with the home crowd, but they seem to be really do a nice job on the road. As Chris Carpenter will drop back with Jalen Freeney. Jacksonville will have Tatum and Aaron Richardson as the upbacks. So a few changes on the receiving team. Let's see if it pays off here as we're set to go here in Nacogdoches in the 9-5A Division II opener. And with your play-by-play, here's Aaron Swink.
Kick is on the way, and Carpenter will field it just inside the end zone. Bring it back check that as Freeney as he cuts right. He's out over the 20, and he's dumped right there, actually maybe right at the 20 is Freeney. So that's where Jacksonville will get started with Patrick Clater.
Of course, Freeney wears number 2 and Carpenter wears number 3, and they have very similar running styles. So when one of them has the ball, it is kind of hard to tell which is which sometimes until you see them turn and catch that number. So
and they're both fast.
Yes,
so it's
very,
hard to. It's
fast.
just a blur sometimes with those guys.
So Jacksonville will start their first offensive set at their own 20-yard line, and they'll get Aaron Richardson will get the start at running back. They
5
get
on
hurried.
The play clock already here as they're going to bring a man in motion. The handoff, though, goes to Richardson, and not much there as he looked for the right side A-gap, maybe a yard, maybe.
So the Indians pick up the 1 yard, second down, 9 to go on their own 21, just underway here in Nacogdoches.
So now 2 Indian receivers left, 1 right. Clater's going to step over and change the play with the sideline, and now back to his position. Takes the snap, hands it off to Richardson, right side, tries to spin. Looks like he actually pitched the ball there.
Pitched it?
No, he lost it.
Wow.
And then, he actually lost the handle. Jacksonville did get it back.
Casey Kennedy came up with a football.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was thought that was intentional, but I think actually he just lost the ball, but Kennedy comes up with it.
Well, they'll give him 2 on the
play. Nothing doing.
3rd and 7 for Jacksonville as Richardson, as you said, coughed the ball up. Kennedy for Jacksonville makes the recovery. Here's 3rd and 7.
2 receivers each way this time. Jacksonville, of course, in the shotgun, will not go under center tonight.
Shallow zone by Nacogdoches in the secondary right here.
Clater drops back. Here comes the pressure. He rolls right. He's got to get rid of the ball, and he cannot do it. He goes down back inside the 10.
Big sack, Clater taking it as Wayne Coleman coming out to talk to his receiving corps. Not sure who ran the wrong route. Somebody did, because as Clater rolled out to his right, Aaron, he was looking downfield for a receiver who wasn't in the area, nowhere near it, and then he just had to take the sack. So here's Carpenter after Jacksonville now will go 3 and out. He'll be punting out of his end zone. Nac will get good field position here.
Tyrell Gardner back to receive for Nac, and he's just at midfield.
Nice.
Spiraling kick, a nice one.
Woo, man, what a punt.
Into Dragon territory and still rolling down inside the 40. He'll be down about the 37.
Nice.
So how's that for getting out of trouble, Chris Carpenter?
Wow. So Carpenter gets the big hop. What's the yardage on that one, fellas?
See if Todd's got that spot.
44 on that one. They
Nice.
called it out of bounds on the NAC 47.
They sure did. It bounced another 10 yards. It would have been 54. So here's Nacogdoches with their 3-year starting quarterback, Jake Smith, the leading rusher, the passer. He can do it all for Nac.
He's going to be in the shotgun as well. 1 back with him on the left side. 2 receivers on his right, 1 on the left. A slot man in motion right to left now as faked a handoff. The quarterback keeper, and just over midfield goes Smith.
And this is what Wayne Coleman said they expected Nacogdoches to do with Smith at quarterback. Run the zone read. Physical runner. They don't have that big back they've had in the past. They've got a solid running back in Kamorian Thacker, the junior who started for him as a sophomore last year, but it's Smith with that first carry. They'll pick up 4, second down 6 with the ball at the 49 of Nac.
Thacker will stay in on the left side. Smith going to throw left screen set up over there, and he's down inside the Jacksonville 45.
First down for Nacogdoches. Or just short, actually about a yard.
Yeah, just have him just short. So
3rd down and 1. Not a good spot. I thought he got at the field. He must have just had that heel clip out because he looked like he got about another couple of yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
Yep.
So 2 receivers left, 1 right. Thacker, the back, stays in with Smith. Smith will fake the handoff zone, read up the middle. He goes. Looks like it's good for first down yardage, but he spun down violently.
Boy, I tell you, he got just to that first down marker because Bryson Tatum and Casey Kennedy came up and really laid the wood on the quarterback, Jake Smith of Nacogdoches, but it is enough, as you just heard the PA announcer say, it is enough for the Nacogdoches first down. Into Jacksonville territory, as you said, Aaron, first down.
2 receivers right, 1 left this time. Jacksonville showing a little pressure. Smith rolling right, got room to throw. He's going to throw over there. Got a man at full extension near the sticks. It's caught.
No catch. They're going to wave it off. And good job by the Jacksonville coaching staff coming in and helping the officials
helping him make that call.
Yeah, he bobbled it. Did number 17. That's Nazavian Floyd. It was a heck of a catch, but you got to maintain possession when you hit the ground. He caught the ball, had 1 foot in, but when he was coming down, just couldn't hang on to it as he hit the ground, incomplete. 2nd down 10 now. Jacksonville went 3 and out on their opening possession, and Nac now has the football at the Jacksonville 42-yard line, 2nd 10.
H-back on the left side this time. Smith going to run that way, and he's got room to move inside the 40 down to about the 30 of Jacksonville. That'll be good for another Dragon first down.
Nothing fancy, just, shotgun, snap to the quarterback, runs around the left end. I mean, he's right there. You got to steal that edge. And I think Jacksonville did a good job on that right side, sealing that edge, turning him back inside, but the linebackers were getting pushed down the field. So that enabled Smith to really scoot up and get another first down to the Jacksonville 32-yard line.
Trips right, 1 left, go the receivers this time for the Dragons. Smith going to look right, throw for a screen, got it set up, and his man ran into a teammate blocking, and so Jacksonville able to converge, not much there.
Yeah, Jakyron Whitaker with the bubble screen, and Jacksonville sniffed that out very well. Casey Kennedy and Bryson Tatum.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
2 junior linebackers coming over to knock him out, Aaron.
Sorry, man, just going to say Jacksonville did a nice job, actually, of taking that screen blocker and kind of knocking him back into Whitaker.
Yep, loss of 3, 2nd down 13.
So Smith now takes a snap, looks right to throw again for the short out route. It's complete, so gain of about 5 there.
Good defense by Jacksonville's. That's Clayton. Caleb Clayton, the left corner for Jacksonville. He's one of those guys that Wayne Coleman's given a shot because Chris Carpenter and Freeney, the 2 corners for Jacksonville that have been starters the first 3 games, they got to have a break. They're on offense. They're doing everything. You got to have some of these other guys step up. And here's Caleb Clayton with his chance. Pickup of about 6. 3rd down, 5 to go for Nac. The Jacksonville 22.
Trips left. Smith rolls that way. Here comes pressure. Smith throws deep into the end zone. Got a man. Touchdown, Nac.
Broken coverage as the Fighting Indians didn't have anybody in the black of that end zone. Closest guy was Chris Carpenter about the 4-yard line. Somebody missed an assignment, and they ran free, did Nacogdoches, for the score from 33 yards out. Nac on the board, 6-0. And here's the extra point attempt by the Dragons to try to put them up 7-0.
All extra points and field goals this season brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 8:03 to go first quarter, our score now, Nacogdoches 7, Jacksonville nothing. We'll be back in about 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
We are back live here at Dragon Stadium in Nacogdoches. Aaron Swink, Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and Ryan Travis along with you. And Nacogdoches out to the early 7-0 lead with the Dragons scoring drive summary. First of the night, here's Todd Travis. Todd?
It was an 8-play drive, covered 53 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting the Dragons up 7-0.
Well, and Matt, the secondary play there for Jacksonville just not quite good enough.
Football goes into the end zone for the touchback. You're exactly right, Aaron. They had a busted coverage, and it was your two senior leaders there, Freeney and Carpenter, in the secondary on that play. We mentioned that they had, been moving in and out trying to get a break, and they put them in on that third down play. And, boy, just a breakdown right there. They missed something as the Dragons slipped through the cracks. One of them did. And Jacksonville goes down 7-0 here with 8:03 remaining in the first period. They'll start their second drive at their 20. They started their first one at the 20 and went 3 and out. Let's see if they can get something going here to try to answer this score.
Of course, actually with the new rules, Matt, the touchback is at the 25.
Yeah, 25. The first one they ran out to the 20, though. Yeah.
That's right. So 2 receivers left. This time Clater going to look that way, throw, and got a short completion there. Gibson makes a man miss and another, and he's going to be knocked down right at the first down marker. Now he ran backwards there to try to get out of the grasp. And it looks like he gave up that first down unless they'll give him a generous spot. Actually, they will. So that is your first Bill McRae Ford, Built Ford Tough first down of the night. So now.
So just a pitch and catch right there to Tyrese, and he gets that first down. But you're right, Aaron. I thought he gave it up there on that second effort, but they gave it to him. First down, Jacksonville.
Now 2 receivers left, and Clater going to go that way again. Trying to set up the screen with Carpenter over there. He spins out of one tackle, and then Dragons come in, say they've got the ball. Looks like that they do.
Golly bum.
Just stripped it from Carpenter, did the Dragons.
Carpenter has it stripped, and Londarius Pleasant, a sophomore linebacker, makes the recovery. And it was that sophomore Pleasant of Nacogdoches who made the tackle, and he just raked his arms to strip the ball. Chris kind of had that ball hanging out there a little bit wide. So Nac with the first turnover will give them the football at the Jacksonville 35-yard line, or 36 we'll call it. Man, 7-0, Dragons leading, and they're knocking on the door again after the turnover.
2 backs there with Smith, and little reverse here. Get him coming left side. Lots of room to run down inside the 30. Little misdirection there for.
It looks like Whitaker, isn't it?
See who that was. I think that was Whitaker.
No, check that. It's number 26. That's Jamarian Sanders. So he'll pick up about 8 yards on the play.
Yeah,
second and 3, maybe 7.
That's a good spot, Todd Travis. Actually, that's Joe Carter, number 10, the wide receiver that ended up with it.
Good call.
And so Smith now will hand off. Left side running down to about the 25.
I don't think there's
any. There's Thacker. I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Excuse me, Aaron. I was just going to say I don't think there's any doubt what Nacogdoches wants to do in this football game. They've thrown the pass a couple of times, but they want to run the football.
Yeah,
and that's been Jacksonville's weakness, and we know that.
Yeah, Ryan Travis called that one on the drive over.
Yeah, I mean,
he said if I'm Nacogdoches, I'm running the ball. Well, they might as well call you coach, Ryan. And straight ahead goes Thacker. And he barrels his way down near the 20. They'll call it about the 21, I guess.
I will say Jacksonville is doing a much better job tackling than they did in the Henderson game, particularly in that fourth quarter. But that was when Jacksonville was getting tired and worn down with so many players that play both sides of the ball. We're still in that first quarter here. Nac getting closer and closer to that red zone of Jacksonville. They're at the 23 now, 2nd and 8.
They're going to stay with that 2-back look. Smith sets to throw left side this time, and it's complete for a short gain there. That's going to be Deckard. Jatavius Deckard comes up with a catch.
Nac does a lot what Jacksonville does with that short, controlled passing game with those safe passing lanes out there, just kind of a bubble screen, what we call it, almost a hitch route. And they're very effective with it, as Jacksonville has been. They're looking at 3rd down, now and 3.
So 5:55 to go here first quarter. Smith going to hand it off again, and that looks to be good for first down yardage inside the Jacksonville 15.
Just pounded it. Physical run that time by number 23, Camarian Thacker, the junior. as the Dragons pick up a first down with 5:43 and counting. That'll push the football to the Jacksonville 19-yard line. First down, Nac.
Same two-back look. Smith going to look left, throw left, one-on-one over there, go up and get it, and they do. Touchdown, Nacogdoches.
Jatavius Deckard over Chris Carpenter. We've seen Chris Carpenter go up and get passes like that. This time he was the victim as Deckard goes over Chris Carpenter over the top, just reaches his hands and high points that little fade route. Catches it right over the outstretched hands of Jacksonville's Chris Carpenter. 5:26 remaining in the first, guys, and Nac's about to go up 2 scores. Here's the extra point.
Extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty, up on the way and good. 5:26 to go first quarter. Our score now, Nacogdoches 14, Jacksonville nothing. We'll be back in 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Huber Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Huber Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we are back live here at Nacogdoches Dragon Stadium, where the home team out to a 2-score lead. 5:26 to go first quarter with the Nacogdoches scoring drive summary. We'll throw it back over to Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 6-play drive, covered 36 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting the Dragons up 14-0.
Well, Nacogdoches does what you want to do. Every time you get a turnover, you turn it into a score. And Chris Carpenter is having a tough first quarter for Jacksonville. The senior leader has a fumble, and he just got burned on the touchdown pass. Here's the kickoff.
Kick on the way. Fielded cleanly inside the 10 by Freeney. Going to have some blockers, and he's got some room to run out over the 30, and he's upended right there at about the 30, 31-yard line. So good return.
Yeah, Todd, you were mentioning it looked like Nacogdoches was going after Chris Carpenter. I mean, he was that Built Ford Tough Player of the Week against Palestine in Week 2 of the state of Texas in Class 5A. And Nacogdoches said, you know what, we're just going to go right at Jacksonville's strength right here. And, boy, they've done that twice now, as Carpenter's been the one that gave up the touchdown in the secondary on defense, both touchdowns. So here's Jacksonville first down at their own 33, third possession.
2 left, 1 right to the receivers. Man in motion right to left. Handoff.
Tatum.
Straight ahead. Tatum will push the pile out over the 35 to the 36.
Yeah, and got a little help from his friends, did he? As Marco Nunez comes in there and just pushes Tatum another couple of yards there.
Yeah, a little Reggie Bush push.
Yeah, a little 5-yard gain that was going to be about a 3-yard gain, turned into a 5. When you got big Marco at 240 coming in there and shoving you forward. So second down, 5 to go for Jacksonville. I believe they only have 1 first down in this first quarter, now at 4:45 and counting.
4:44 and counting, as you said, Matt. Two right, 1 left this time. Clater looking right, throwing, and it's caught. Not much there.
Incomplete, they're going to call it.
Yeah, that's Gibson
Tyrese.
not able to pull that one in, but
you know, that's a long throw right there from this hash mark all the way to the other side, Aaron, to y'all's side at the press box for 3 yards. I mean, it's like you're throwing the ball 30 yards to get 3 yards where he would have caught it, and he was immediately hit, and the ball comes loose. So I don't know if that was the right route or the right choice. Nevertheless, it was incomplete. Third down, 5 for Jacksonville.
2 by 2, the receivers. Here comes the pressure. So he'll throw left. Well, Clater, nice blocking out there, though. First down yardage. So that's another Bill McCray Ford, Built Ford Tough first down out to about the 45 to Carpenter.
Little inside screen. We used to call that the jailbreak. I don't know what they call it now, but back in the day, Carpenter comes inside. Now they call it, I believe, a tunnel screen, and he did a nice job getting inside that tunnel. Good blocking by Casey Kennedy. Tyrese Gibson at receiver, and he gets the Indian first down. Jacksonville's best field position so far after their 45 of Jacksonville.
4:05 and counting. The Indians trying to get into Dragon territory. Low snap there, but Clater pulls it down and throws right complete and into Dragon
Tyrese.
territory goes Gibson.
So Gibson makes a nice catch, but an even better move to avoid the tackle as we have a Nacogdoches Dragon now down after the tackle. He's on the sidelines. Let's see if they'll stop play right here, and they will for the injury timeout as Tyrese Gibson with a nice catch from Patrick Clater. Put a little mustard on that one, guys, and it's going to be a first down for Jacksonville as they'll attend to the injury. Let's take a break here.
Step away from 45 and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
Back to play here in Nacogdoches. Jacksonville with the first trip into Dragon territory. First down at the 47-yard line, and Patrick Clater going to throw. Slant route, got his man inside the 30.
Carpenter
fighting his way to near the 25. They'll finally stop his forward progress at about the 27-yard line. That'll be good for another Bill McRae Ford, built Ford tough, first down.
Now,
Jacksonville in business. Go ahead, Matt.
You would think that was one of those slant routes that Jacksonville's been running effectively in the first three games. No, it's just a little bit of different look right there. He was a little bit more vertical on that because he couldn't come over the safety who's playing in the middle of the field. So Clater had to fit that ball perfectly in between the linebackers and that safety. Carpenter makes the catch for another Bill McRae Ford first down for Jacksonville.
Ball sitting on the 28-yard line now. Clater's got one man left, two right. Now man in motion is Carpenter from right to left. He's going to fake the handoff to him. Well, Clater here will go straight ahead and maybe got a yard.
You had Carpenter in motion on the fake jet sweep, and Clater keeps the football, and immediately he is swarmed under. So no gain on the play for Jacksonville, as this drive that started at the Fighting Indian 25-yard line on the touchback has now gone all the way down to the 41, or check that, 31.
She's sitting now at the about the 27.
Spotted. 27, excuse me.
Matt.
That's what I get for looking at the scoreboard and getting it off there. I should look at the field, huh? 27 of Nacogdoches.
Jacksonville looking to keep the drive going. Man in motion, left slot to right now. Fake handoff, now throwing a slant is caught. First down yardage inside the 15. For Jacksonville goes Carpenter.
And that time, Nac changed their defense, and they had Carpenter mano on mano with the corner. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take Carpenter every time on that one, on that slant.
Take that all day.
First down, Fighting Indians. As the football now, Aaron, again, I can't look at that scoreboard. Somebody just went to sleep on that play clock, on the yardage marker part. Excuse me.
Ball sitting at the Dragon 14. Clater under pressure. Got to just throw this one away.
Pressure.
And the pressure got to him.
Nice job by Patrick just getting rid of that football because he was looking for Carpenter. Carpenter faked the slant and went to the pylon for the corner route, and Clater had time to get that throw away. Might have had a score right there. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:31 remaining here in the first quarter. Nac has jumped out to a 14-0 lead over Jacksonville, but the Fighting Indians in the red zone of Nac at the 14, looking at 2nd and 10.
Two Indian receivers left, one right. The Nacogdoches crowd trying to inspire their defense. Handoff straight ahead.
Oh, baby.
And how about some physical running down to the 7.
Hello, Bryson Tatum.
As Bryson Tatum just introduced himself to a Nacogdoches Dragon, Matt.
I'm going back a long ways, but it's the Earl Campbell, Isaiah Robertson in the chest.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Oof.
Tatum will stay in here.
3rd and 2.
And he'll get it again, and why not?
Oh, he didn't go anywhere
right
this time.
Right up the middle, but they'll
same spot.
Stop him short. This time they were ready.
So it's going to be 4th down. And about 2 yards for Jacksonville. The football is at the 6. They got to get inside the 5, almost to the 4.
Decision time here.
Wayne Coleman leaving them in. Offense going for it here.
PA announcer trying to get the Dragon fans on their feet. Let's see how Patrick Clater can handle a little noise and pressure here. He's got 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Tatum is the back with him. And Clater fakes the handoff, looks right, throws right, got a man. And
it's Casey.
He's got
he six it over, baby.
Yes, he does. Touchdown, Casey Kennedy.
Kennedy hit at the 2-yard line and spun and stuck the ball over the goal line. His whole body, Aaron, was still in the green of the field, and all I saw were those white gloves with the ball sticking into the end zone. What a physical play, talented play. Casey Kennedy from 6 yards out, the H-back, gets the score, 14-6. And here's APS out of the hold of Clater for the extra point.
Extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one is good. So 16 seconds now to go first quarter. Our score, Nacogdoches 14, Jacksonville on the board with 7. We'll be back in 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Okay.
All right.
I'll keep it
and
on.
we are back live here at Dragon Stadium with 16 seconds to go first quarter. Jacksonville now on the board. Casey Kennedy with a physical play to get it in, and with a great scoring drive summary for the Fighting Indians. Here's Todd once again.
That was an 11-play drive, covered 68 yards, ending with a 4th down conversion for the touchdown, making the score Indians 7, Dragons 14.
Jacksonville really found their rhythm. Here's the side. Look at this.
Watch
Look at
the
this.
onside kick.
Oh, here we go. Look at this.
Popped up left side. Jacksonville's got a shot.
They got it. Jacksonville got it.
Jacksonville.
Oh, what a beautiful
ball.
kickoff by Santos. That little sophomore is amazing on those kickoffs as he get it high. And Isaiah Mallard, the sophomore, comes down with the onside kick. And Aaron, you really can't even call that an onside kick. That ball was popped up like a punt, and Isaiah went up for it, high-pointed it, and comes down with the football as the Indians steal that possession. They'll get the football at the Nacogdoches 40-yard line. I saw the JV do that last night against Nax JV. It was Duke Rogers, the sophomore. He caught one just like that on the fly. Wow.
So Jacksonville takes over, steals a possession at the NAC 40.
Okay, let's calm the band down now. They're right in front of you. Now look at that right there. That's great timing by Donnie Barrier, isn't it? Stops the band right before the ball's going to be snapped. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you've definitely got to celebrate that play if you're the band, but they didn't. The timing was perfect.
I'm telling you, little Isaiah, little sophomore, he went up there and he just yanked that ball out of the air. Chris Carpenter was trying to get it, but Isaiah wouldn't let him have it. Beautiful play. Great kick.
2 receivers left, 1 right as Clater brings the Indians back out. A 3-step drop.
There it is. There it is.
Deep, taking a shot. Looking for Chris. And it's knocked away, incomplete.
Just didn't have enough juice on it. Carpenter had both the safety and the corner beat on the play. It's 6 points. He's behind them. And the ball was underthrown, and Tyrell Gardner, the right corner for Nacogdoches, who slapped it away, he's going to check out of the ball game. He's the one that knocked it out of the way. Just underthrown, or Carpenter's got 6.
So 9 seconds to go first quarter. He's second down for Jacksonville. Ball at the Dragon 40. Now man in motion right side to left. Clater hands it off straight ahead. Flag comes in.
It's Richardson with the carry.
Richardson will move it out near the 45. We'll check the flag.
I'm going to speculate that Tyrese Gibson in motion may have been moving toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. Let's see the call.
Looked like holding in the middle there.
A little holding.
He threw it right at him. So.
Good call. So that'll stop the clock with 3 seconds as the Indians got the onside kick, had the ball at the 40, and they went for the jugular on that first play like you do after a big turnover like that. And it was short and complete with the penalty. Now the ball is right at midfield at the 50. Second down, 20 to go for Jacksonville after the holding penalty.
This will be the last play of the first quarter. 2 by 2 go the Indian receivers as Clater throws left, little hook and ladder, and he stepped out of bounds. First down yardage.
Out of bounds.
And he stepped out of bounds.
And he actually caught a break, did Jacksonville, because Aaron stepped out of bounds about the 42, and they're going to give him the football at the 32. So he's got an extra 10 yards right there, guys.
Wow.
That the official got screened right there. What a great hook and ladder. As Carpenter makes the catch, Richardson flips it out just a little bit too tight to that sideline right there in the last play of that first quarter. But the Indians back in business here with a more makeable third down coming up after this break.
So as they change ends, we'll step away for 45. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football. This is JHS-sports.com.
Good job, Doc.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Did you know that homes and properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Andy Calcoat in the Rusk office at 903-683-2576. Andy's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we are back live at Dragon Stadium here in Nacogdoches as we get ready to start the second quarter. And Jacksonville in business again here, Matt, if they could get this third down conversion.
Yeah, the 18-yard pickup on that hook and ladder by Aaron Richardson after he took that pitch from Carpenter gives Jacksonville definitely a more makeable third down and 2 here at the NAC 33.
2 receivers left, 1 right now. Man in motion is Freeney, but Clater will keep and go straight ahead.
He's going to be really close.
He'll be very close.
He's going to be short. Oh, my goodness, that's a bad spot. I agree, Coach Coleman. What kind of spot is that? What are you talking about? Are you serious?
No, he had a lot better spot than that.
Oh, he went over the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
He went over the 30.
So now fourth. Call it fourth and a couple.
Unbelievable. Thank you,
Fourth
SFA
and
crew.
1 here.
The only time we ever see this crew from SFA chapter. Man, that is the worst spot I've ever seen. Fourth down, Indians going for it, 4th and 2.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Clater hands it off, straight ahead running. No, they will not get it. And the Dragons take over.
Oh, my goodness. That's just an awful spot, guys, on that previous play, and it's just unbelievable. And Wayne Coleman's still talking to the official on this side of the field. And I talked to Wayne Coleman about coming down here to Never Never Land, is what I call it when it comes to officiating crews. It's a chapter that you never see except for this one game when you come down here. It's usually the Tyler chapter. And you know, I'm not saying they cheat, but I mean, it's not like that. They don't cheat. Referees don't cheat. But sometimes they, don't see stuff right. Maybe, the good guys got that call, I guess is what you could say if you're a Nacogdoches fan. Here's Nac, first down.
Jake Smith back to work here. 2 receivers on his left. He's got 2 backs with him and 1 on the right. Now everybody shifts to the right. The handoff is to Thacker, and he is taken down behind the line.
That is a great tackle. Nice play by Jacksonville's number 18, Kevin Hernandez. Wow. And that's the way you tackle. I mean, he made the initial hit, and then he slid his arms down the body and wrapped the ankles up. So those tackling drills Jacksonville's been involved in for the last 2 weeks during the bye week and this week to prepare. That paid off right there, didn't it? Loss of 1 on the play, second down to 11.
Sure did. Kenny Kennedy's got to like that. So now 2-back look. 2 receivers, and Smith, a low snap here. He's going to throw a slant. It's caught and hit almost immediately, as Dragons will take this one out to about the 38.
That'll be Nazavian Floyd with the catch to give Nacogdoches a lot more makeable third down here. Third down, 3 to go. Well, you sure would like to see Jacksonville get a stop right here. They got that onside kick after they're scored, weren't able to capitalize points-wise off of it. 3rd and 3 here for Nac.
Down under 10 minutes to go here, second quarter, as Smith hands it off straight ahead. And that looks to be good for first down yardage out to about the 43.
Yeah, Jamarian Sanders with the carry. Just kept those legs moving, and Jacksonville in position to make some of these tackles. And I mean, they've had a pretty good first half tackling, but not that particular play right there. Sanders just fought off the first hit, got through there for the first down. 14-7 Nacogdoches, 9:33 counting in this second quarter. That'll push the football on this first down for the Nacogdoches Dragons to their own 44.
Same 2-back look with Jake Smith. Jake Smith going to look to his right, puts up a deep shot over here, got a man wide open, and he will score.
57 yards on the score.
Nazavian Floyd just burned the Fighting Indians.
Yeah, it's Clayton, the junior, getting his first start tonight. Caleb Clayton for Jacksonville, the guy got past him. There's no else to say it. He just blew right by Clayton, and he couldn't catch up. Perfectly thrown ball by Jake Smith of Nacogdoches, and the Dragons have their 3rd touchdown to try to push this thing out to another 2-score lead. Here's the extra point.
Extra point attempts brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The kick is up and good. So with 9:09 to go second quarter, our score now, Nacogdoches 21, Jacksonville 7. We'll be back in 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fighting Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
We are back live here at Nacogdoches Dragons Stadium. 9:09 to go first half. Our score now, Nacogdoches 21, Jacksonville 7, with the 3rd Nacogdoches scoring drive summary of the evening. Go back over to Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 4-play drive, covered 68 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting the Dragons up 21-7.
So
offsides.
Now, Jacksonville looking to have a nice return here.
See if they want to kick it again, because it's going to be offsides Nac.
Good spot there, Matt.
So with 9:01 remaining in the second quarter, Nacogdoches has jumped back out to a 2-score lead. They went up quickly in the first quarter, 14-0, and Jacksonville answered. Man, you thought you were going to have a turnaround there with the onside kick, and the Indians had good field position at the Nac 40. They just couldn't do anything with it. So look, they're going to make them kick it again. Will Jacksonville? Nacogdoches will come back and kick it off. Fans, stay tuned for our Whataburger halftime report. We'll have the Jacksonville High School Band, the Cherokee Charmers performing, and of course, we'll listen in on the Jacksonville Majorettes on their performance. Todd Travis will be along with the statistics of the first half, sponsored by Randy Gorham's CPA. And we'll have other commentary you may or may not want to listen to. How's that for a promo?
What are you trying to say?
I'm just seeing if you're awake. Present company excluded. Can I say that?
there you go.
So Nacogdoches tees the ball up 5 yards back at their 35.
Kick on the way now. Fielded cleanly at about the 12. And lots of room to run.
Carpenter.
As Carpenter will take it to about the 30. So nice return there.
So the Indians benefit from the 5-yard penalty as they advance the ball about 12 yards further than where they did previously. So that's not bad. Not 12, 8, excuse me.
Pine 6, Hillsville 0. Starting the second quarter, Whitehouse.
You know, I think that shrill sound must be the fillings in my teeth because I'm not standing anywhere near a coach.
We need to talk to Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Folden, and Dr. Rutherford at All Smiles, Matt.
I must need to. Except, well, here's play. We better go away.
2 receivers left, and a screen incomplete.
Tyrese Gibson just took his eyes off the ball for Jacksonville, incomplete. Good pass, hit him right in the number 8 on his chest, and he was looking where he was going to run before he secured the football. How often do you see that, even at the pro level? I've always found that you can't catch the football unless you see it. Haven't y'all always found
it's
that?
It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Patrick Mahomes, you can throw the football without seeing it. I'm almost convinced.
True. Maybe.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Clater looking right, throwing right. Got a man, got first down yardage.
Carpenter.
And Chris Carpenter with another. Bill McCray Ford, built Ford tough. First down to the 44.
And you can just see Patrick Clater mature now. I mean, this is his 4th varsity start for Jacksonville, and you can see he's starting to get more and more comfortable. And that was just a solid laser pass. Perfect timing. As soon as Carpenter broke his out route, the ball was in the air. And all Carpenter had to do was put his hands up and hit him right toward his face mask, and he picks up the first down.
So Clater, 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. He's going to look right, throw right, screen incomplete.
And just as soon as I say
he was looking for Carpenter, and he threw it a little tall.
I got to quit saying stuff like that. As soon as you tell him he's doing it, and then,
It's that curse of the commentator, Matt.
It must be.
I believe it is very real.
What am I, a Sports Illustrated cover? I mean, it just sailed over Carpenter's head right there. No chance for Chris to come down with a little bubble screen. And there was some good blocking there, too. Unfortunately, Carpenter couldn't come away with it. So, second down, 10 after the incompletion. Football at the 45 of Jacksonville.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Clater going to load up, take a shot, and it's going to be
They got a flag. We got
But
holding.
that's got to be
it's going to be
a defensive hold, I think, Matt.
Yeah, Tyrese Gibson was doing like the old out and up, and as soon as he did the out, and as soon as he turned on the up, he got held by number 4, Dylan Williams, the defensive back, the junior corner, and they're going to get Nac. I don't know if it's going to be a hold or a push because Gibson went flat on his face.
Yeah, he was down.
I mean, he went down fast. And I don't know if Nacogdoches is arguing that it was incidental contact. But when the flag's on the ground, they're going to call pass interference. Huh.
So a spot foul, automatic first down, moves it just into Dragon territory. So Bill McCray Ford, built Ford tough, first down.
It's only about a 6-yard penalty, but nevertheless, it's an automatic first down. So as we wait for substitutions, the officials have held it up. Let's see here now what we're waiting for. I see the referee in the white hat over talking to head coach Darren Allman of NAC about something. Now they've got that straightened out. Here's Jacksonville, first down and 10 after the interference penalty on Nacogdoches. Football right at 49, we'll call it. Now we got a stoppage in play. Guys.
They'll get together on this and see exactly
a little zebra convention here.
What they want to.
Not sure what the call is here. I don't know if it's a clock issue, a spot issue, or what they're calling here, but it is a spot issue.
Sideline warning.
That must be what it is.
Yeah.
Step back off the sideline. There's a white part, real wide white strip here, and the players have to be behind the white strip. And it's a wide strip. It's about 3 yards, almost 4 yards, and you got to stand behind it. They flag Nac for it. Indians get it 1st and 5 now.
So now, a little reverse again, and Gibson will end up with it on the right side. Tons of room to run. First down yardage. He's finally pushed out of bounds.
Indians with a little
at about the 30.
Razzle-dazzle there. Tyrese coming in motion and then circling back around. Fakes the handoff to Casey Kennedy, the H-back, and then he takes the pitch. And he's got a whole host of Indians leading him through that big hole. First down, Jacksonville. Another Bill McCray Ford. First down, all the way down to the Nac 30. 8:01 counting in the second quarter. Actually, the clock stopped out of bounds on the run.
So the Indians will go 2 receivers left, 1 on the right.
Drag,
now,
watch
Clater,
here.
The drag route, and it's incomplete off the hands.
That's that drag route Wayne Coleman's he's been holding off running until district play, but Dylan Williams, the young man that got called for interference a moment ago, he took out his frustration right there on Chris Carpenter. He followed Carpenter all the way across the field, step for step, and Carpenter's a 4.45 guy. Stayed with him, and right when the ball hit his hands, boom, Williams of Nacogdoches popped it out. Incomplete. Second down, 10 now, stops the clock. 7:51 remaining in the second.
2 Indian receivers right, 1 left, 1 back with Clater. And Clater going to hand it off. This time left side stretch play.
Richardson.
And Richardson still fighting down to about the 27.
Indians trying to run something that they haven't run very often, Aaron, that stretch play you just described. The Indians have kept Richardson pretty much between the tackles. He's about 210, 215 on that 5'10 frame. Very solid physical runner. You don't see him trying to, get to the edge much. He did that time. He fought his way for about 2 yards when he really was here at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down, 8 to go for Jacksonville at the Nacogdoches 28-yard line. Well, you really, really want to come away with some points here before the half. You're down 21-7 is Jacksonville.
7:09 and counting. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Richardson stays in as the back. Clater rolls right, sets, throws deep in the end zone. Incomplete.
You got to give him a chance to catch the ball. And, Patrick Clater just threw that ball at least 7-8 yards out of bounds in the end zone. I mean, he got his hands on it, did Tyrese Gibson, but he was way out of bounds, not even close. 4th down, and Wayne Coleman here in 4-down territory will go for it on 4th and 8 with 6:51 remaining in this fourth quarter. As the wind is at the Indians' back right here, still too far for a field goal. APS would really be stretched here to make this field goal. So the Indians going for it here. 4th down, 8 to go for Jacksonville.
2 receivers right. Nacogdoches crowd back on their feet, so Clater looks to throw, rolls right, sets, throws at the sticks, incomplete.
So Carpenter goes down, and he is down.
Yeah, he went down hard.
Yep, he's getting up, but he popped his back really hard. High pass, not a great throw by Clater. He sailed it, and that is not a wide receiver's dream catch right there, knowing you got to go up and get that. And Dylan Williams, once again, the guy that got flagged for the interference, he hit Carpenter right in the back, and he came down hard. We'll check that and see how Carpenter's doing, but, man, he took a shot. He's up and walking. He looks like he's going to be okay. He's just got to shake it off. Dragons take over at their own 28, 1st down.
Jake Smith back to work. 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. And a back there with him is Thacker. He'll get a handoff straight ahead, pick up about 3 or 4.
And this is where your defense for Jacksonville, you got to get a stop here. You cannot give up a score here going in at halftime and go down 3 scores. We know they came back against Palestine when they were 3 scores down. But let me tell you, Palestine is not Nacogdoches. Or Nacogdoches is not Palestine, I should say. So you need to stop here. Mallard has checked in defensively for Jacksonville in the secondary.
6:13 and counting. Here Smith going to keep himself running left. Lots of room. 1st down yardage, and finally spun down as he gets it out to the Dragon 41.
Man, Stephen Gallegos right there just whiffed. I mean, he had Smith in his sights, and he came up to him, and Smith just ran right by him. I don't know what Stephen, who's usually a pretty sure-handed tackler, was doing right there. Maybe he was just trying to push him back to the inside, but, man, he just whiffed. 1st down.
Now Smith will hand off again. It's Thacker, and he is going to gash the Fighting Indians defense. He's all the way down inside the Jacksonville 30 to the 26. Huge first down run.
And Jesus Oliveros for Jacksonville saves the score right there. The Indians substituting defensively, and man, that was a big, big give up right there. And he just ran right up the middle, not sure where the linebackers were. And as I look at this Jacksonville defense right now, they have some different cats out there than they started the ball game with. They've made some serious substitutions here.
Yeah, 5:30 and counting here. Dragons driving again. Jake Smith hands it off straight ahead. Thacker, and he finds a second gear. And he is finally rattled down, but not until he makes his way to the Jacksonville 10, they call it the 9-yard line.
Yeah, Tatum wasn't in there. Richardson wasn't in there at linebacker. Now they're coming back in. I guess they were giving them a break. Now Jacksonville's going to have to call timeout. They got them on their heels.
So 4:58 to go here in the second quarter. Nacogdoches driving again. Goal to go inside the 9. We'll step away for 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
And we are back live here at Dragon Stadium. Nacogdoches driving again, first down and goal. Ball at the Jacksonville 9 with 4:58 to go first half. Nacogdoches knocking on the door yet again. Thacker gets a pitch, left side running, and he's in. Touchdown, Dragons.
Indians just getting pushed around right now, Aaron. Nacogdoches physically pushes that football in the end zone from 6 yards out. Indians looked like they had it bottled up right there, and then Nac just leaned hard and shoved hard, and Jacksonville just went straight back defensively. 3 Jacksonville Indians pancaked about the 3-yard line. And this is where, you obviously you didn't want them to score, but my goodness, you're fixing to go down 3 scores here. Here's the extra point.
Extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one up on the way and good. So with 4:50 to go, exactly what Jacksonville did not need. Another score for Nacogdoches, who now lead 28-7. We'll be back in 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. 4:50 to go here. First half of the score now. Nacogdoches 28, Jacksonville 7. And Matt, you said it. Saw Jacksonville come back from 3 scores at the half against Palestine, but boy, you didn't want to be there again so soon.
No, you didn't, especially how you finished up against Henderson. And I mean, that, Jacksonville, 3 scores down, it's doable. You just got to maybe you can score here. Fair
Short kickoff, fair caught at the 34-yard line of Jacksonville, so that's where they will start.
Game is a long way from being over. There's obviously plenty of time. You got a whole nother half. You got the wind of your back. You got 4:50 remaining in the half. Go down there and get a score, and you're still fine. I mean, you know how fast Jacksonville can score. I guess my frustration is the Jacksonville's inability to tackle right now. I mean, it's just starting to look a lot like that fourth quarter in Henderson, guys. If you remember how bad that was, that last drive was very, very porous defense by Jacksonville.
So Patrick Clater back out with Bryson Tatum the back. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Clater going to load up, throw, slant, left side slot, caught.
Tyrese.
First down yardage for Gibson inside Dragon territory, inside the 45 for the Bill McRae Ford. Built Ford tough, first down.
I mean, this is what Jacksonville can do. If they just execute, they can pick Nacogdoches apart offensively, but you've got to get some help from your defense. There's no doubt about it. So first down, Jacksonville. That pushes the ball to the NAC 45.
Indians will stay with that same look. Tatum the back, 2 receivers right. Clater loads up, fires for a double-covered Jalen Freeney, incomplete.
And he had to hurry that throw, did Patrick Clater, because he felt the pressure. If I can say this, Kamazjay Deckard.
Kamazjay.
Man, I've got a terrible name. I like that. Kamazjay? Are you serious? Wow. What a cool name. Anyway, he was in his face. That's why Clater had to get rid of it so quickly, incomplete. Second down, 10 now. Stops the clock with 4:22 remaining here in the second.
Clater with 2 receivers on his left, 1 on his right. Tatum stays in at the back. Clater going to just screen it out to Gibson. He's got him, and he is driven back, but not before he takes it out to about the 39.
And once again, Clater under pressure as the pocket just keeps collapsing on him, as he just doesn't have any time really to get his feet set. He threw that ball off his back foot, and what a catch by Gibson in between 2 Nacogdoches defenders. Great concentration by Tyrese Gibson, the Jacksonville senior receiver. He picked up a nice gain on the play. About 4. Thought it was more than that.
So we'll go into under 4 minutes here in the first half of play. Clater going to drop back, load up, take a shot. Double coverage down there and knocked away by the Dragon defender, almost intercepted.
Ah, man, these shots deep, they're not happening, guys. I'm telling you, Nacogdoches has covered them up. I know you like to take those shots. I know you've been successful at them, but this is different. Nacogdoches knows it's coming. They've broken up just about every one, and except for one that was underthrown, and that would have been a score. No chance on that one. Good defense.
So 3:33 to go. Jacksonville looking.
I mean, I'm content just.
4th down here.
Excuse me, Aaron. I'd be content just dinking it down the field instead of taking the home run shot. But, hey, we've seen how that has worked for Jacksonville. 4th down, going for it.
2 left, 1 right. Clater needs time, doesn't have much. Throws incomplete on the slant.
And again, Clater. And people say that was a high pass. Oh, my goodness. He had to get rid of that so quickly as John Romero comes off the edge and nobody picked him up. I mean, just naked coming through there, man, with his ears pinned back and hair was on fire. And Clater had to sidearm that thing to get it out of there, and it sailed on him incomplete. So NAC with 3:28 remaining. Guys, they got a shot to go up by 4 scores here if Jacksonville can't tackle better.
3:28, enough time to do that. Unless the Jacksonville defense can make a stand here.
And NAC has all 3 timeouts remaining, too.
Smith will hand off to Thacker. He will run wherever he wants, right up the middle. Touchdown, Dragons.
58 yards right up the middle. And just as I said a minute ago, guys, this defense, Swiss cheese right now.
Wow.
I mean, you could have driven a truck through that hole. I do not know where Nacogdoches is blowing our guys off the line, but my goodness, that hole was so wide. I mean, Thacker was like, wait a minute, where is everybody? And he just sprinted to the end zone. Wow. Shades of Palestine, isn't it?
So with 3:14 to go now, kick on the way, brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty, is good. So the score now, Dragons 35, Fighting Indians 7. We'll be back in 45 seconds. This is Jacksonville football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Andy Calcoat in the Rusk office at 903-683-2576. Andy's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we are back live at Dragon Stadium. 3:14 to go, second quarter. Nacogdoches up 35-7. And Matt, the Indians find themselves in danger of having their wheels fall off again.
Yeah, and it's the first half. It ain't the fourth quarter like it was in Henderson. This thing's getting out of hand, and we said that early on when it was 14-0, and then the Indians scored. Thought, oh, okay, here we go. Now you're back in the same boat. Here's the kickoff.
Short kick this time to the left side, going to be caught cleanly at the 30. Little room to run for Gibson, and now a cut back to the right. He's got lots of blockers and lots of green over there. He's at midfield. He's still on his feet. Makes another miss. He might score. He will get inside the 10, and finally he's ridden down at the 5. Tyrese Gibson. How
oh, my
about
goodness.
That? There's a flag behind the play.
About 20 yards behind the play. Come on, what are we doing? Jacksonville had the big kickoff return, and 20 yards behind the play. I'm not going to say who did it, but just shoved a Nacogdoches player in the back. I mean, it wasn't a hold. He shoved him in the back and just shoved him to the ground. I have absolutely no idea what he was thinking.
Well, you can't have that, Matt, but I think what you're seeing right there is frustration with a 35-7 ball game.
When the play's 20 yards ahead of you, put your hands in your pocket. Man. I mean, you had a chance right there to have the ball inside where did he get down to the 8?
Definitely inside the 10 for sure.
Inside the 10,
yeah. He's about the 8.
Yeah, about the 8-yard line, and you got first and goal. Now you're all the way back to the 45 of Nac, and now you got to work for it really hard. It was clearly a penalty on Jacksonville. You could see it. I could see it all the way out there, just shoved him right in the back.
So the Indians go to work at the Nacogdoches 45. The Dragons will take a timeout here.
Stay with us. We'll have our Whataburger halftime report as the Fighting Indian Band now assembled in the south end zone, or actually that's the north end zone if I get my directions right here. We'll have the Cherokee Charmers performing along with the Jacksonville High School Majorettes. Then Todd Travis will be along for the halftime statistics, sponsored by Randy Gorham CPA.
Cherokee Charmers celebrating 35 years this year, Matt.
Man, I remember when they started, 84. They're going to have a drill team, really? Wow. 35 years has gone by fast, guys, trust me. It happens. So Jacksonville now coming out of the timeout, Nac burning their first timeout. The Fighting Indians have really shot themselves in the foot a couple of times tonight, missed some opportunities. They weren't able to turn anything from that onside kick in any points, and then the penalty right there on that great kickoff return is. Now here's Hinojosa, the junior running back for Jacksonville, getting in the backfield for the first time for the varsity.
There'll be two receivers left, one right. Clater, hand off to Hinojosa. That's a reverse to Carpenter, and he will go nowhere as he is wrapped up at midfield. Nacogdoches just stayed home, Matt, and Chris Carpenter couldn't do anything.
I mean, Nacogdoches just said, sure, y'all keep running around right there. I'll catch you when you get back this way. And, boy, there were two Dragons that never bit at all on Hinojosa, taking that sweep to the left, and as soon as he tossed it back and Carpenter started running, he got absolutely hammered by Caleb Douglas, the 300-pound defensive lineman for
Loss of 5 there, 2nd and 15. Two receivers right now. Check that left and one on the right. As Clater drops, sets, shoots left, incomplete.
And again, Nacogdoches just reading Patrick Claytor, and this will be something that.
Well, he's just got no time either, Matt.
Well, he doesn't, and he's a little bit jumpy throwing the football, but that time he just stared his receiver down. And as soon as the corner recognizes that wherever you look, I'm going to watch your eyes, I'm going to where you're watching, and Claytor just eyeballed Freeney all the way. I could see it from here, and the corner was right there. So 3rd down, 13 to go, and you got to get going with 5 seconds, 6 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry just to get this play off right here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Can they get it off? Wayne
Coleman called timeout.
Yeah, there's a timeout now. Flag did come in, but I think Coach Coleman did get his timeout in there, and he did.
He got it.
So 2:02 to go here, first half. You're just joining us. Nacogdoches up 35-7 over the Fighting Indians. And shades of Henderson, except we're in the first half, Matt.
That's the scary part. But again, harken back to the Palestine game when you're down 41-21 at the half, and it felt like this. I remember distinctly how it felt. And actually it felt worse because it was Palestine. But it was 41-21 at the half, and you're going in, and Palestine had that number 22. You couldn't stop them. You couldn't stop their quarterback. Everybody was just running all over Jacksonville in the first half of that game. And the Fighting Indians shut them down in the second half, 28-7, and won the ball game by 1. So I'm not saying this is going to happen here tonight, but don't give up. I mean, it's not over. Don't turn us off.
Well, and that's one thing that Coach Coleman did say after the Palestine game. Probably the best thing that Jacksonville could take from that game is if we get down in a game, we can know for the rest of the season that we're not out of a game.
Exactly. And here you are. Here's that opportunity here. 2:02 remaining. Maybe you can close it here just a little bit more. You're down 35-7 with 2:02 remaining. 3rd down, 15 for Jacksonville.
They'll go 2 receivers each way. Will the Indians? Claytor going to load up. Slant again this time. Drag over the middle. It's caught down to about the 35-yard line is Kennedy. He will be
just short
of first down yardage. No, they're going to – I think they may be moving the sticks there.
No,
he's just short. He is just short.
Yeah. Had to get 15. He got 14 and a half, it looks like. So 4th down. Clock continues to run with 1:37. And 4th down and 1. Indians still have 1 timeout remaining. Play clock now at 17. The Indians are assembling, so it looks like they're okay time-wise. So 4th down, trying to convert here in 4th and 1 at the Dragon 38.
2 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back. Now handoff is straight ahead, first down yardage.
Hinojosa.
And Hinojosa will take it down near the 30. That'll be good for the Bill McRae Ford Built Ford Tough first down. 1:13 to go.
Now you want to get to the line of scrimmage. They'll turn that clock back on. They already have before they even got the chain set.
Which can happen sometimes on the road.
Yes.
That's all I'll say about that.
Yes. Got to get going here, guys. You're not moving
very fast. Got to go 54
fast.
seconds and counting.
Get a little sense of urgency
here. So let's see if Claytor and the Indians can capitalize here as Claytor drops back. He's got a little more time here, sets his feet. He'll take a shot into the end zone. And out the back, incomplete.
Claytor sailed it again. The back of the end zone. It was Freeney. He had the man beat, and he just didn't see him. That wasn't his primary receiver. I think he was looking for Tyrese Gibson. And when Gibson was covered, he saw Freeney in the end zone, but it's too late. I mean, by the time he let the ball go, it was about to the back of he just threw it too far to the back of the end zone. Let's just put it that way. Wind's at his back about 15 miles an hour. Stops the clock with 38 seconds, 2nd and 10. Still plenty of time here. Football at the Dragon 33, excuse me.
2 Indian receivers each way. Claytor drops back, throws the slant, did not have his man there, incomplete.
And that slant has been hard to come by tonight, intended for Tyrese Gibson right there. As Jacksonville has been so successful with that slant route. And that time, Nacogdoches jumped all over it in that zone. Again, they're playing 2 deep, man under. It's hard to complete a slant in that kind of coverage. 3rd and 10, stops the clock with 34 seconds.
2 receivers each way for Claytor. Nacogdoches fans making some noise as Claytor rolls right, looks that way, throws, and it is incomplete.
Clater's just a little off right now, guys. I mean, he's just sailing the football. Every pass right now is just taking off. He's just kind of sailing a lot of these passes. That one intended for Tyrese Gibson, who was open, just over his head. So 4th down, 10 to go, and the Indians in 4-down territory going for it. 27 seconds remaining here in the first half.
So the Indians looking to extend this drive, needing some points.
Timeout, Jacksonville.
And that will be the final timeout of the half. We'll take it with them for 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
And we are back to Dragon Stadium here in Nacogdoches. 27 seconds to go until halftime. Jacksonville looking to close the gap here, but they're going to have to do it with a big 4th down conversion, Matt.
Yeah, they are, and they don't have a timeout. So even if you do get the first down, and I look for Jacksonville maybe to try to work this wide sideline, the football on the left side of the hash. You got Freeney, you got Tyrese, you got Chris on this right side. You try to get the first down, get out of bounds, and stop the clock. Because if it doesn't stop, they're gonna turn that clock right back on.
So Plater setting, looking, throwing right side. All kinds of coverage. Knocked away, incomplete.
There's 4 Dragons right there, and Chris Carpenter's running in between them. There is no way that ball's going to be completed.
More Dragons in coverage than a Game of Thrones episode, guys.
Yeah.
Awful.
Gosh, I'm telling you. He's running a deep slant. Well, it's actually a post route, not a slant. And he's running that post route into 2 safeties back there sitting there waiting for him, and here comes the ball. And Chris Carpenter, he's the one that knocked it away to keep it from being intercepted. Don't understand the play, that call right there, or that pass choice right there by Patrick.
So 21 seconds to go. The Dragons take over.
Flag's down.
Flag comes in. Yeah, looks like Jacksonville jumped.
Watch the ball, fellas.
Wait for the call here.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's it.
How does that happen? I got to practice, and I watch our coaches, and they are working every day with that ball. They got a big stick with a ball on it, and they're moving it. And if you move or you jump, you got to do push-ups. I mean, it's not like they don't work on this. You got to watch the ball. Every day I see them doing it.
So now 15 seconds to go. A low snap. Jake Smith picks it up, rolls to his left, and he throws complete over there to Floyd. And he's got first down yardage into either just into Indian territory. See where they spot him. Yes, they'll spot him at the 47.
So the wind would be in the kicker's face. So, I mean, they need another 25, 30 yards to get.
Got 8 seconds here. Up 4 scores. If I'm Jake Smith, I think I take a shot.
And I think if I'm Jacksonville, I go too deep here and cover those halves of the field.
Yeah, 2 receivers each way. They're just going to throw out to the flat. It's caught, and a big shot delivered over there by Carpenter, but
stops the clock. Well, actually, Knack called timeout because when Carpenter tackled him, he was still in bounds with a big shot as Carpenter shoves that shoulder into the receiver. Good tackle.
There's your leader looking ahead. There's your leader so far, I think, for the chiropractic bone crusher.
That's it right there.
That's a big hit.
Yeah, it is. Fans, stay with us. We'll be with you in a few minutes for the Whataburger halftime report. We'll be talking with head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles halftime interview. Todd Travis will be along with statistics, sponsored by Randy Gorham CPA. Jacksonville Band, Charmers, Twirlers, all performing here at the half, and hopefully Jacksonville can go in and regroup and drink some of that sauce they drank at Palestine at halftime a few weeks ago, huh?
That's definitely the plan. If you ask Wayne Coleman in the halftime interview, I'm sure that's what he's going to say he's looking for.
I think I would bet on that coming up. Go ahead and bet on it.
Yeah, there will probably be a Palestine reference.
Gentlemen, place your bets.
Stay tuned, folks. Look at this. 5 wide. 4 stacked on the right, 1 left. Jake Smith, the buzzer goes. He'll just heave one toward the end zone here. Why not? It's tipped away. Good defensive play. That will be the end of our first half. Our score, Nacogdoches 35 and Jacksonville 7. And Matt will send it down to you for the All Smiles halftime interview.
We'll get Coach Coleman coming over here as he's greeting his defense. As knocked that ball away to keep it from being another score. That was in the end zone. Coach, I got one word for you. Yeah. Palestine.
Yeah, no doubt. This will be even better than that, right? We were only down 20.
Yeah, well, that's the same difference. It was 41-21 against Palestine. Now you're down 35-7. So it's close.
Yeah, 28, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you did some good things offensively. Patrick's the wind kind of took some of his. He's got a little happy feet back there, Coach. Let's be true about it. I mean, he's having to kind of hurry some of his throws, and that's causing his mechanics a little bit.
Yeah, he's had like 3 balls he's overthrown by a foot, and all of them with the wind at his back.
Yeah.
So he's just got to get it down, adjust to the wind, and we'll make some plays.
Defensively, Coach, what's happening?
I don't know. Bad run fits. The holes are too big. The quarterback's doing a really good job on his zone read. He's a 3-year starter. He's real savvy.
Coach, whatever you guys drank at halftime against Palestine, go drink some of it right now.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, Coach. Wayne Coleman here on the All Smiles halftime report. I tell you, that guy is he's always sunny side up. He's down 35-7 at the half, and he's still really positive, and I appreciate that about Coach Coleman. Because I'm not a happy camper right now, man. I'm going to admit it. All right. Now that that's done, we are in the Whataburger halftime report. Glad you're with us here at Dragon Stadium as the Cherokee Charmers now out on the field performing here at the half. They are sponsored by, directed by Laura Guidry, assistant Tiffany Alexander. 16 seniors make up this large contingent of Cherokee Charmers. Several underclassmen. Junior lieutenants are Yasmin Badgett, Katie Lucky, and Alexis Sanford. Junior lieutenant Morgan Washburn. Senior lieutenant Ariel Gavan. And your Cherokee Charmer captain, Miss Kayla DuPont. Now the Charmers will get in formation here. The Jacksonville High School Band will be performing the music, and we'll listen in.
Watch now as the Charmers perform a dazzling high-cut routine to Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Cherokee Charmers performing here at halftime at Dragon Stadium in Nacogdoches, where the Nacogdoches Dragons have jumped out to a 35-7 halftime lead. You're listening to the Whataburger halftime report As the Cherokee Charmers now leave the field, the Jacksonville High School Majorettes will take the field. Twirler sponsor is Brianne G. Let's listen to the PA announcer announce these young ladies.
Head twirlers are Mackenzie Ross and Shelby Cumby.
Mackenzie Ross and Shelby Cumby, your co-head twirlers.
Majorettes perform an electric routine to arrive and amplify.
Jacksonville High School Majorettes under the direction of Brianne G. finishing up their halftime performance here at Dragon Stadium in Nacogdoches. Now the Jacksonville High School Band under the direction of Donnie Barrier now will take the field.
The Jacksonville Independent School District is proud to present the 2019-2020 Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. The band will perform to St. Julian's March and percussion feature Rolling Thunder. The band is under the field direction of Junior Drum Major Jenna Armitage and Senior Drum Major Richard Elias.
Jacksonville High School Band now getting in position, led by 39 seniors and drum majors Jenna Armitage and Richard Elias.
The most decorated military marching bands in the state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band.
Jacksonville High School Band now performing at the half. You're listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. Whataburger, you make the order. Whataburger makes it fresh. As we listen to the Jacksonville High School Band in the background, let's update some scores around the area. First, let's start with District 9 5A Division II as district play opens tonight. Of course, we're in Nacogdoches tonight. The Jacksonville Fighting Indians down at the half. Nac leading the Fighting Indians 35-7. All these games are at halftime in 9-5A Division II. Marshall over at Lindale, that game being played in Marshall. The Mavericks leading the Lindale Eagles 29-21 at the half.
That's an emotional game for the Mavericks as well, man.
It certainly is. A loss of one of their football players in a car accident. So sad. Young man lost his life last week. At halftime, Hallsville down to Pine Tree. Pine Tree 12, Hallsville nothing. That game being played at Pirate Stadium in Pine Tree. And the last score in District 9 5A Division II is White House at home tonight in their homecoming game. They're beating Mount Pleasant 28-14. Again, that is also a halftime score. So not really a lot of surprises, guys, in District 9 5A. I am a bit surprised that Jacksonville's down so much to Nacogdoches here at the half. But one score I got to tell you that is shocking to me. How about Coach Joel Hancock's Rusk Eagles? They're leading Henderson at the half 20-17. Wow. I mean, I'm not knocking Joel and them, but I'm telling you, Henderson is a great football team, as we saw a couple of weeks ago, and Russ' numbers a little bit down, and they're playing a little bit undermanned, and they're actually leading Henderson at the half 20-17. Hope they can hang on for that one. Jacksonville High School Band still performing here at the half on the Whataburger Halftime Report. Let's continue to listen in as the Indians break formation and continue their performance. I'm on the wrong side of the field. They had that, I guess I'm going to call it an xylophone. My musical instrument knowledge is very limited. A couple weeks ago, that was on the home side, and I was able to stick that mic in there, and really we could hear it really well. Tonight I'm on the other side. Sorry. Still sounds great from here.
It is a lot quieter on the mic, though.
Say again?
It is a lot quieter on the mic.
Yeah, when you're a little bit further away than I was at Tomato Bowl. Another great performance by the Jacksonville High School Band. You hear the Jacksonville crowd behind me showing their appreciation and support. Guys, I'm going to toss it back up to you on this Whataburger Halftime Report.
All right, Matt. Aaron stepped away for a minute, so I think we're going to take a break real quick, and hopefully he'll be back by the time we get done. So
sure.
You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on jhs-sports.com.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Hey Indian fans, how's it going? My name is Ryan Travis. I'm the producer for JHS-sports.com, and today I'd like to talk to you about a couple of the problems you may be experiencing. This is a new format that we're doing, streaming online, and so there is going to be a learning curve for this first season. So just bear with us. We'll get you covered and figured out. If you have any questions that you have after watching this video, please feel free to ask us those on Facebook. You can send us a direct message or through Twitter. But before we get started with a couple problems, I'd like to talk to you about why we are not able to broadcast the live video of the game. So I know there's probably a misconception out there that people thought we were broadcasting the game live, but it is against UIL rules for us to do that, and so we are not able to broadcast the actual live video of the game. However, we do have some video that we're showing, so we do show smoke signals before the game. We start that around 7 o'clock, and then we also have video ads. So if you've seen our ads and you've seen our sponsors that we have, we're very grateful for them supporting our broadcast, and so we do have video ads for them as well. We do have the score up, so if you need to check what the score is and you just want to pop in for a second or something, you are able to do that as well. If you would like to listen to the audio only rather than watch the still video or something, you can do that through the website. However, the best way that I've found to do that is actually through the Twitch app, and you can find all of the links to the platforms that we're streaming on down at the bottom of our page. We are on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, and so we're trying to make it as accessible as possible for everyone to watch, which is partially why we are doing the number of platforms that we are. So if you prefer to watch on Facebook, that's great. If you're watching on your phone, I would say Twitch is probably the best option in terms of watching on a mobile device. It does allow you to listen to the audio only, and so the best way to probably do that, and you can test this because we do have a clip up, unless you want to test it live during the broadcast on Friday night. You can go to our page on Twitch, you can hit clips, and then you can swipe down from the top after you close the app, and you can hit play, and it will continue to play offline. And so you can access your phone, your messages, kind of anything that you'd like to do while you're still listening to the broadcast. You're choosing to listen on maybe a smart TV. That's another option as well. You can do that through YouTube. YouTube's probably the best platform to do that on. If you're watching on your computer, you can watch on Facebook, you can watch on Twitter, you can watch on YouTube, you can watch on Twitch. All of them work very well on the computer. However, I would not recommend the website for watching on mobile. It tends to buffer quite a bit, and I don't know if that's just because there's a lot of traffic on our website when people are watching, because I noticed that we've had 150 viewers at one time, and if all of those people are watching on the website, that's going to cause some slowdown. So probably the best way to watch is on an external app. I would recommend either YouTube or Twitch, unless you just prefer to watch on Facebook. If you have any problems, please message us on Facebook or Twitter. You can send us a direct message from our page. That's probably the best way to get in contact with us if you do have a question. We've had a few people do that in the past, and I think we've solved their problems. So this is just going to address some of those that we've already been asked, as well as hopefully solve any that may be presented in the future. So if you have any questions, please feel free to follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, send us a message there, and we'll get you straightened out. So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys watching and supporting Fighting Indian Football, and enjoy the game. This has been Ryan Travis signing off.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium here in Nacogdoches. At halftime, it is the Dragons 35, the Fighting Indians 7. This is the Whataburger halftime report. Whataburger, you make the order, and Whataburger makes it fresh. And now we'll bring in Todd Travis once again for our halftime statistics. Halftime statistics are brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. Randy has been your source for accounting and income tax needs in Jacksonville since 1984. Todd, the numbers so far don't look very good for the home team. 35-7 down here at the half. And as we break it down and go deeper, I think it's just going to get worse. But how did we get there?
Our Indians, for the first half, had 42 plays on offense for 154 yards, with 137 yards passing and 17 yards rushing. Our quarterback, Patrick Clater, had 12 completions on 29 attempts for 137 yards and 1 touchdown. Our leading rusher was Tyrese Gibson, had the 1 carry for 13 yards, and Bryson Tatum had 4 for 12. Receiving, Carpenter had 5 catches for 55 yards. Gibson had 4 for 44, and Casey Kennedy had 2 catches for 20 with 1 touchdown.
Great physical effort on that touchdown from Casey as well. He looked like he was down on the 2, and he just did not quit until he broke the plane. So maybe a candidate for play of the game so far.
Excellent extra effort there for him. So one of the differences for us tonight, Aaron, is our Indians on 3rd down were 1 out of 8, and on 4th down conversions were 2 out of 6 tonight.
Yeah, big difference there in the last few weeks, especially when you look back to the Palestine game and all the 4th downs that were converted to accomplish that comeback. Of course, a lot of that happened obviously in that second half, and you heard Matt and Coach Wayne Coleman talking about obviously trying to channel a little bit of that energy, that motivation here at the half. So be interested to see how much these numbers can change for the Indians in the second half. Let's break down now the Dragons, Todd, as they have run out to the 4-score lead. How'd they get there?
Dragons had 27 plays on offense for 312 yards, with 142 yards passing and 170 yards rushing. Their quarterback, Jake Smith, 10 completions on 12 attempts for 142 yards and 3 touchdowns. His leading receiver was Floyd with 4 catches for 90 yards, 1 touchdown. And Deckard had 4 catches for 28 and a touchdown. And Whitaker had 2 catches for 24 with a touchdown. Their leading rusher was Thacker with 8 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. And Sanders had 2 carries for 62 and a touchdown.
So, Todd, as you go through those numbers, what kind of stands out to me, we talked about really on the way over here and all in pregame as well about Jake Smith as a running threat. And he certainly has shown flashes of that, but he was able also, as those numbers will back up, to just throw it all over the yard.
He was, and, we can see him. It's not as critical that he runs the ball with the other 2 guys really taking over the running game for him.
Yeah, obviously, and they had a very, being Nacogdoches, they had a very balanced attack in that first half. What were the total rushing and passing numbers for them again? It was like 170 and 140.
170 rushing and 140 passing.
Yeah, so that's about as
pretty even
as
there.
You get. And that is how you do it and build up a 4-score lead. So, Smith. What has Smith done running the ball, Todd? You have any rushing numbers?
4 carries for 27.
Okay, so he's not been called on nearly as much to do that as he has in the past few games. But as you said, when you have the other 2 workhorses, especially Thacker, who you talk about a guy who's been able to do whatever he wanted. Unfortunately, the Jacksonville defense, the linebackers especially, just not able to break down on him at all.
No, that last long run for the touchdown there, 58-yard run, just right up the middle.
Yeah, and a lot of that has been, as we talked about throughout the first half, some of that change in scheme that the Indians have implemented, some of the change in personnel. There were certainly a few plays where big results like that, where there were guys in the game at linebacker especially who we really hadn't seen. Dominic Hinojosa and some of the younger guys were there, and that's not to say that those guys are not good players, but when you don't have that much varsity experience and you're up against a guy like Thacker, but not only a runner like him, but we talked about these offensive linemen, the huge people movers that Nacogdoches has. And when you're a guy like 140-pound junior Dominic Hinojosa, who's got a ton of heart and he's got a lot of talent, but I mean you're gonna have to get real creative. And so far, Nacogdoches on the offensive side, especially that line, as we said, able to really exert their will. So Jacksonville will have to shake things up, get a little creative in the second half. But if you were with us a few weeks back in Palestine, you know it can happen. You know that Jacksonville is a team that's capable of that comeback. And Todd, that says a lot about not only the coaching and the game planning and kind of changing up some of that stuff, but what it really said to me in Palestine was about the character of this team. And I think that's the thing that Fighting Indian fans right now, being down 35-7 here in the district opener, before you just throw in the towel, that's the thing you got to remember. This is a team with a lot of character, a lot of heart. There have been Jacksonville teams in the last few years who probably wouldn't have been capable of something like that. But you have got some great, you've got just great character guys on this team. But you got a team. You've got a real team concept. Nobody's bigger than the team. Even in the Palestine game, as big as Chris Carpenter was, as big a game as he had. One of the things that he said and that Coach Coleman said after that game, when he was awarded the Built For Tough Class 5A Player of the Week for the entire state, it was, he was pointing to teammates and saying, this was a team award. And that is the mentality that this team has and will have to have in the second half to complete this comeback. But we've seen them do it in Palestine. So if you're with us right now, if you're Fighting Indian fans, stay with us. There is a lot more to come, lots more football to come, and opportunities for Jacksonville to try and mount the big comeback. So we are going to step away for about 2 minutes as the teams make their way back out onto the field and get ready to go. And we'll be back. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football. This has been the Whataburger Halftime Report on JHS-Sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
Looking to buy or sell property in East Texas? Homes and Properties Realty can assist you with any and all of your real estate needs, whether homes, acreage, lake property, or commercial. Members of the Greater Tyler Association of Realtors, serving all of East Texas.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, that cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
This is James Noble, former NFL player with the Washington Redskins and the class of 1982. You're listening to Fighting Indians Football on JHS-Sports.com.
And we are back as the Tribe makes their way out of the tunnel. Fighting Indian Band playing, the flags flying, and we are about ready to start the second half. And Matt, as you said to Coach Coleman before the half, hopefully they can channel a little bit of whatever it was they found in Palestine
Yeah, they're going to need all that. And I didn't hear everything you said because the Jacksonville band is beating the drum right here in front of me. But anyway, I think I know what the gist of what you said. And, yes, definitely you want to harken back to the Palestine game and think, yeah, we can come back. We can do this. You were down 20 at the half to Palestine. You came back and won, and you're down 28 now. Can you do it? Sure would have helped a lot if they could have got that last score and they ran that kickoff down to the 8. To me, that was a killer right there. Because then they turned around and scored, didn't they? Didn't they score after that? No, they'd already scored 30. I mean, they'd already scored 35 by then.
But you've got to have that if you're Jacksonville.
Sure, it'd have been 35-14. That's a heck of a lot different look. But look, it's just there's no other way to candy coat this thing. I mean, you got to tackle better. I mean, this is the same thing we talked about in the Henderson game at the end of there when this. You got to lock up and you got to tackle, or you're just going to make it. This is going to get worse. Nacogdoches is going to get the ball here to start the second half, as Santos will tee it up with APS.
Unless, of course, Jacksonville decides to onside. I wouldn't put it past Wayne Coleman in this situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, Nacogdoches has been scoring from everywhere, but we're set to go. Second half, 35-7 Nacogdoches, and here's the kickoff, and here's Aaron Swing.
And they'll kick this one deep. Well, the Fighting Indians will chase the return man into the end zone, and he will catch it on a bounce, bring it out throughout the 10, but he is mowed over right there. So Jacksonville with great coverage.
Definitely great coverage by Jacksonville, and unfortunately for Nacogdoches, that young man decided to bring it out right there. Jesus Oliveros for Jacksonville makes the tackle at about the 10-yard line. So good coverage by the Jacksonville kickoff team. So if you can get a turnover right here, maybe get a quick three and out and get the football back to your offense. Because you think about it, guys, you're down 28 points. There's just not a lot of possessions in the second half waiting for Jacksonville,
Jake Smith back with the two backs. He's got two receivers, one each way. The handoff is to Thacker straight up the middle. He goes. He'll roll for about 5, but there's a flag.
Maybe a hold on Nac. Let's see what the call is. Still waiting for the indication. Or is it going to be against Jacksonville here? Oh, I can't read these guys. It is going to be against Jacksonville. Maybe face mask. Yeah, it's going to be a face mask automatic first down. 15 yards to the end of the run.
So out to the 30. Wow.
Oh,
not
man.
Not a way to start the second half, especially after that great kick coverage.
Just mental errors.
Give up those yards.
It was a simple tackle in the middle of the field, and it wasn't like he had to reach for him.
So now Smith with a man in motion in for the left slot. He gets the pitch there. Jacksonville stays home this time.
Nice
Not
tackle
much
by
there.
Casey Kennedy. Just got him there and knifed Decker down as the Nacogdoches wide receiver on the jet sweep took the pitch. It gets around the edge, but not very far. Only about a yard, maybe a half yard, as Casey Kennedy, the junior, comes up and lays the wood to him from his strong safety position.
So now Smith, a low snap, handoff straight ahead. Jacksonville makes the stop. Flag comes in as Bryson Tatum had made the stop.
Now that's usually the area where you see a holding call right there, where they throw it in the middle of the pile. And this will be an interesting call for Wayne Coleman. It was a gain of about 3. It would make it 3rd down 7. And they're going to go ahead and mark it off. Coleman takes the penalty. It is going to be holding on the offense from the spot. 10-yard penalty. Keep it 2nd down. 2nd down and about 18 now for Nacogdoches. The football gets moved all the way back to the Nacogdoches 21. Opening drive of the second half, 35-7. And it's early in the second half, but when you're down 28 points, guys, I mean, you got to think about possessions and clock. You can't have a long drive here by Nac.
So Smith takes the snap. All kinds of time now under a little pressure. He rolls right. He'll tuck it himself and just step out of bounds after a short gain.
Good coverage in the secondary by Jacksonville. Isaiah Mallard back there, Casey Kennedy, Stephen Gallegos, Oliveros.
Third down and 15 for the Dragons.
So some fresh faces in there for Jacksonville defensively in the secondary, and they did their job that time as Jake Smith had nowhere to go, runs out of bounds. Third down 15. So if you can get a stop right here, punch one in quick.
Jacksonville shows some pressure, now backs it off. Smith looks right, throws that way, incomplete. So
well, we may
Jacksonville
see
defense holds.
Nack's first punt tonight, huh? It'll be into the wind. It's coming right kind of across the field, and it's Jake Smith, who also is the punter, the quarterback. He'll be standing about his 14-yard line, and Jacksonville will drop Carpenter back, so the Fighting Indians defense steps up and gets the stop.
Yeah, Carpenter will be standing about his own 45, so you'd think Jacksonville would get decent field position here. Let's see how Smith does. This one is like straight up in the air.
He shanked it back.
And shanked it, did Smith. So
nice.
Great field position for Jacksonville.
That's an awful spot. Come on.
Oh, he went. Is that where he's going to spot the ball?
Yeah, they're spotting the ball at the 37.
It was about 5 yards this way.
It was at least 5 yards further.
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
It appeared to go out at right about the 30.
That's an awful
It did go out at the 30. The ball bounced around there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this.
So they'll spot it back to the 37.
It's not my contacts. I just changed them. Maybe the official needs to change his.
You got an extra pair?
Maybe.
Anyway, 2 receivers left, 1 right for Patrick Clater as the Indians come back to work. Now man in motion left to right is Gibson. Handoff straight ahead.
Richardson.
Spinning his way as Richardson down to about the 31, trying to get back to the original spot where the punt actually went out of bounds.
Not that we're, remembering that. Jacksonville only 17 yards rushing in the first half. Just beyond bad. I mean, you've got to be able to run the ball in this district if you're going to compete and get out of here in the playoffs. Better than that.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Richardson will stay in. Gibson in motion from the left side slot. A flag flies. Will
procedure.
Move it back.
Looked like they had 2 men moving, did Jacksonville. Casey Kennedy was moving up from the H-back position at the same time. You had Tyrese Gibson coming in motion. They immediately blew that.
Official appeared to be checking something on the headgear of Aaron Richardson. He's still getting a little help from his teammate from Kennedy there. Not sure what the issue was, but.
So keeps it 2nd down, 9 to go after the 5-yard penalty on procedure for Jacksonville football at the NAC 37.
So Clater takes the snap. Gibson in motion again. He fakes a handoff to Gibson, does Clater, and tries to go straight ahead. Nothing there.
And Nacogdoches has really done a nice job scheming Jacksonville coming into this game. I mean, it's clear that except for that 75-yard drive where Jacksonville really executed to a T, ever since then, Nac has adjusted well. No zone read, no jet sweep, hardly anything over the middle throwing the football for Jacksonville is available. So Jacksonville's going to have to pull something out differently than what they've been doing those first 3 games.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10 now. Clater needs time, sets, throws right, 1-on-1 over there. Now safety help, and incomplete as it's knocked away.
Came down with it, and the ground caused the fumble. Caused the incompletion as Carpenter came up and caught that football over Williams. He was coming down with it, and Carpenter's going to have to check out. It looks like he jammed a couple of his fingers right there. He's shaking his hand, but guys, he went up and high-pointed that ball and came down with it at the 5-yard line. And when he came down, the ground just popped him.
Yeah, I said it was knocked away by the ground is what it was. Yeah. When he just was slant when he came down, because he was up top of that elevator shaft again.
So 4th down and 9. Here's Jacksonville again. They've had a hard time on 4th down conversions tonight. Let's see if they can get one here.
2 left, 1 right. Clater drops back, sets, takes a shot. No, it's over everybody. Incomplete into the end zone. I don't even understand that call there.
I mean, it's just the home run ball is not there. I mean, Jacksonville's thrown deep. How many times? At least 10 times tonight. And I think they have maybe 1 catch out of 10. And it's the Nacogdoches, they're hanging back there, man. They're playing safety. It's just not happening. So let's see if Jacksonville can step up defensively again right here with 8:40 remaining in this third quarter. Here's Nacogdoches' second possession. They'll take over on downs on their own 37.
Got an H-back on the right side, 2 receivers over there now. They'll move one from right to left. Smith under pressure, down he goes.
Great pressure, Aaron Richardson from his linebacker position. Slipped through the gap on the blitz. Great call by Kenny Kennedy, bringing Richardson on the pressure. As Jake Smith, the Nacogdoches quarterback, I mean, he just had to eat it. I mean, he knew that he was not going to get away from Richardson, who will check out of the game. Kevin Hernandez, the junior linebacker for Jacksonville, he'll check in. Loss of 8 for Nac.
8:07 and counting here, third quarter. And there's motion. Flags come in.
I'll make it second down. 23 now. That'll move the football back to the Nacogdoches 23-yard line. Clock stops with 8 minutes remaining in the third.
Smith hands off. Right side running. Jacksonville all over that one. A shoestring tackle made there.
Kevin Hernandez.
Wow.
Who just checked in at linebacker.
Good
nice
work.
job. Boy, just hung on. I mean, he had a hold of number 26. That's Jamarian Sanders, who has a long touchdown run tonight for Nac. He just kind of held on. Finally, Jamarian said, I give up. I'll go down. Another loss on the play. So it is third down and a country mile, we'll call it. Looks like third down and 28 for Nacogdoches. Into the wind. So don't let anybody get behind you here.
7:45 and counting here, third quarter. And if you're Jacksonville, possessions are about to be at a premium. So you have got to capitalize here.
Well, Kenny Kennedy didn't like what he saw. He was trying to call timeout, and guess what? Nacogdoches beat him to it. They'll burn a timeout. Let's take a timeout.
Yeah,
here.
you'll take that if you're Coach Kennedy. We'll step away for 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. Aaron Swink, Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and Ryan Travis along with you. Big third down and long for Nacogdoches here. Jacksonville a chance for a stop, and how about a sack?
Big time sack for Jacksonville, all the way back to the 10-yard line. It's Sergio Moreira. What a tackle by Moreira. Boy, I'm telling you, he just shot the gap, and Smith was focused downfield, and he went, oh my goodness, where'd you come from? And Moreira was all over him. So Smith now on fourth down and about 35 will punt. Smith for Nac, the punter and quarterback, standing on his end zone line.
So inside 7 minutes now as Smith get this one away. Fielded cleanly by Carpenter. He's at the 40, the 30, and he cuts right and steps out, but not before he gets Jacksonville. Great field position.
Boy, not a great punt by Smith. He was low, line drive. It went right over the shortstop's head, and the left fielder came up, which was Carpenter, and he caught it on a dead run, and he sprints to the sideline to the 27 of Nacogdoches. And the Indians now with a shot here with 6:47 remaining in the third. They got to get points here.
You have to.
They're just running out of time.
Possessions are now at a premium.
Yeah.
So 2 receivers right, 1 left. Jacksonville's got to score. They got to do it quick. And flag flies.
Movement on Jacksonville.
So they'll move it back.
They'll get Marco. Yep, Marco was pulling right there, and I'm sorry, excuse me, Marco, that wasn't him, that was Altil Antonio. He was pulling from his guard position and a little bit too quick. So first down, 15 for Jacksonville. You know, and you got to score here for Jacksonville, Aaron, because Nacogdoches can run the ball so well. They'll just run the clock out. They won't give you the ball back. They have such a solid running game.
So Clater going to hand off on a jet sweep that they've not tried much tonight, and
Tyrese
Gibson will take it down to about the 27.
Looks like he gets the penalty yards back, so it'll be second down and 10 to go. Clock will go under 6:30 here in the third, as you'll continue to hear us talk about the clock when you're down 35-7, as Jacksonville is. You say, well, you got the whole second half. No, well, when you're down 28, that it shrinks the amount of time you have in possessions, as we've already said. So second and 10 now for Jacksonville at the 28 of Nacogdoches.
Two receivers left, one right now, man in motion. Left to right is Gibson. The handoff, though,
Hinojosa
is to Hinojosa down to the 22 as he cuts through the left side gap. So the junior in his first varsity start.
Dominic Hinojosa. He's got a little scoot to him. He's not a very big guy. He's about 5'7", maybe 5'6", about 140 pounds. Not a big guy. He can scoot.
Two left, one right this time. Clater hands it off to Hinojosa again, straight up the middle, and he's just going to battle his way.
First down.
Down to the 15. That is good for the Bill McRae Ford Built Ford Tough first down.
Yeah, good two tough runs by the junior Hinojosa, and that's why Wayne Coleman said he would get some carries tonight. He told me he was going to start. He didn't start exactly, and he just started getting some carries here in the last little bit, but boy, he made the most of it. That's good to see. So first down, Jacksonville. Got something going here in the red zone at the Nacogdoches 16, first down.
Two left, one right go the receivers. And Clater will hand off. And Richardson straight ahead.
Nice 5 yards.
He'd battle his way to about the 10.
I tell you guys, these spots are killing me. I mean, he got to the 10, just as you said, Aaron. He went down at the 10, and they put it at the 11. And I'm whispering because I'm standing right behind the head linesman. Oh, man, these spots are killing me. Okay.
So 4:33 and counting. Jacksonville driving here. And Clater straight ahead again to Richardson. He spins off one, and he'll make his way to about the 7.
Nice carry, about 3 yards. Making it third and about 2 to go for Jacksonville. They have to get to about the 11, so it's actually about third and a yard.
Brings up third down and short for Jacksonville.
Yeah, they'll spot him. Actually spot him right at the 7.
They'll keep Richardson in the ball game at running back.
Man in motion, jet sweep action, though. Handoff, though, is to Richardson. And
First
he's
down.
Pinballed inside the 5. That is good for another Bill McRae Ford Built Ford Tough first down for Jacksonville.
At least we think so. Let's look at the spot.
Let's look at the spot. That's right.
Wow. He's going to bring the chains out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. He clearly got further than that.
Wow.
What is going on? Man, I hate to be Wendy Weiner, but dadgummit. Are you kidding me? He clearly got to the 10-yard line. They marked it about the 11.
Yeah, the 5.
Yeah, and they marked it at the 6.
Yeah.
He got the first down.
He's got the first down, even with the chains.
Oh.
So.
Man. You know, a lot of times a guy will go down and he will bounce about a yard. That's not what's happened the last 2 of those. I mean, we saw a punt go out of bounds that went out further than what they.
I'm still not sure about that one.
Yeah. Anyway. It's not the ref's fault tonight, guys. I'm not saying that. First and goal, Jacksonville.
2 left, 1 right. Clater. Hands off to Richardson. Straight ahead he goes. Down inside the 5 to about the 3.
So Jacksonville pounding it right now as they get inside the red zone. It's been Hinojosa, Richardson. Pretty basic as Jacksonville. You've seen them throw the ball here into the end zone on slants and some fades and things. Not right here. Boy, the Indians are just running it right at Nacogdoches as we go under 3 minutes in this third quarter. Second and goal, just inside the 5-yard line of Nacogdoches for Jacksonville.
Play clock at 5. And Clater going to run it himself and stretch for the line, and he'll be just short.
Get to the 1. So third down goal at the 1-yard line, just outside that 1. Clater on the zone read, faking the jet sweep to Tyrese Gibson, keeping it, and then lunging to the 1. So third down for Jacksonville at the 1. Now we got a timeout on the field. We got an injury. Looks like a cramp by one of the Nacogdoches players.
So as they're attending to him, we'll step away for 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Austin Bank. You've known us all along.
And we're back to action here. Jacksonville driving, looking for the end zone. As Clater all alone in the backfield, big package. Jet sweep action. Clater keeps, dives. He's there. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Great ball fake, and Jeremy Singleton clears out the defensive tackle along with Nunez. Aiden Gay getting it done up front. The Indians punch it in 35-13 with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So don't turn out the light. The lights are flickering, okay? They're not out. They're just flickering, all right? This score, Grandma paid the light bill. They're not off yet. So Jacksonville's short a man now they're short 2 men.
Play clock at 5.
You got to get going here.
Oh,
What is
wow.
going
Come
on?
Play clock at 2.
Stop. Just hang on. Don't snap the ball. Just move back 5 yards.
So they'll take the delay, the personnel issue.
You're in week 4. You've got to know personnel. You got to get your guys on the field, man. I mean, it was Freeney coming in for a protector, and he wasn't supposed to be there, but he ran in there, and then Cleaver comes running in. He's the one that's supposed to be there. Ugh. At APS, it's just 5 yards from him. It's still a long extra point from 25 yards out.
Snap, the hold is good. The kick is up. Brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. It is good. So now with 2 minutes to go here, third quarter, our score, Nacogdoches 35 and Jacksonville 14. We'll be back in 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, that cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we are back live at Dragon Stadium in Nacogdoches, where the Indians have capitalized on a nice drive. And now, with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, our score, Nacogdoches 35, Jacksonville 14. To break down the Fighting Indians scoring summary, here's Todd again. Todd?
with 9 consecutive run plays there for the Indians. Covered 27 yards, finished with a touchdown, making the score Indians 14, Dragons 35.
Well, what year is it, guys? How about that?
Yeah, fair catch by Nac on the kickoff at their 17. How about that? Good kickoff by APS, high, not too deep to where they could return it, but just enough. So the Jacksonville Fighting Indians closed the gap to 35-14, and it was a miserable first half for Jacksonville, especially that second quarter. Oh, wow. That second quarter could not have gotten over quick enough as the Nacogdoches Dragons raced out to a 35-7 halftime lead. Now Jacksonville's closed the gap, and guys, defense has played pretty good so far this third quarter with about 2 minutes to go, exactly 2 minutes to go. See if
First
they can get another stop here.
2 punts, so let's go for 3.
Yeah.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Jake Smith, who will fake a handoff, keep it himself, and he won't get far.
Jordan Hicks with a tackle for Jacksonville. Unfortunately, when he tackled him, he pulled him forward about 4 yards. I mean, he had him at the line of scrimmage, but, of course, Jake Smith's about 185, 190 pounds, pretty big kid. And Hicks made a nice tackle right there for Jacksonville. That's what you like to see. Grab, hold on, lock up, pull them down. So gain of about 2 for Jake Smith and that quarterback. Second 8.
So we'll go under a minute and a half here in the third quarter. Smith looks like he got Jacksonville the hard count. He does. Free play.
Oh, but we intercepted.
And it's intercepted, but it's all coming back.
I think it was before the play, though.
Yeah. Jacksonville jumped. They got him with a hard count.
Well, let's see here.
I think. See who jumped first.
Kenny Kennedy's trying to make his play, but no way. Jacksonville jumped clearly. Watch the ball.
Golly.
Don't listen to the snap count. It was a hard count by the quarterback, Jake Smith of Nacogdoches, and Jacksonville bit. Josu Lopez jumped, and he just checked out.
So now on second down,
Smith. Excuse me.
Smith hands off straight ahead out to about the 38.
Richardson will check back in at linebacker for Hamlet. Jakari checks out after making that tackle. But it's a first down for Nacogdoches that pushes the football out to their 38.
42 seconds and counting here, third quarter. Nacogdoches now in no hurry. And Jake Smith going to throw left, complete, and that's going to be close to first down yardage, just a little short.
Just big physical receivers that Nacogdoches has playing for them tonight. And it's just a quick out route. Jatavius Deckard, the senior.
So that will be the last action of the third quarter. After 3, our score, Nacogdoches 35, Jacksonville 14. As the team switch ends, we'll step away for 45 seconds. You're listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Did you know that Homes and Properties Realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Andy Calcote in the Rusk office at 903-683-2576. Andy's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
We are back live here at Dragon Stadium in Nacogdoches as we get set to begin the fourth quarter of play. Jacksonville down 35-14 in this one. A pitch to Sanders and lots of room to run. He is upended At about the Jacksonville 35, though.
Boy,
First down yardage there.
Chris Carpenter came in from the edge right there, almost caused the fumble.
Yeah,
he was trying to strip it. That's what you got to have now in this fourth quarter. I mean, if you're down 35-14, you obviously got to get a turnover right here.
So first down yardage into Jacksonville territory, and of course, Matt Nacogdoches will be in no hurry here.
Oh, they're going to try to milk this.
So a pitch play here. Look at this play blown up in the backfield.
Bryson Tatum.
By Bryson Tatum. They were bringing that jet sweep look in the pitch, and Bryson Tatum knifed through the line and dropped him for a loss.
Just a linebacker's dream right there when you read it perfectly and you sniff it out, and he just steps up in the gap and he just says, "Come to Papa." Just ear hold him. Bam. Big tackle.
So now a pitch and room to run on the left side. They'll get the lost yardage back to about the 41. That's going to be Sanders with the carry.
And stay tuned for our trivia question coming up here in just a few minutes, sponsored by JISD. JISD Empowering Champions. We appreciate them sponsoring Matt's trivia question of the week. Got a good one tonight. As Gallegos checks in for McCullough defensively. It's third down. 7 to go for Knack.
Two receivers right, one left. Smith rolls right, looks that way, throws right at the sticks. A flag comes in.
Got to be holding.
Catch was made, but that flag in the area on this near side of a hold, so let's see the call.
So interesting call here. He's short of the first down by about 2 yards. So if you take the penalty, you give him another chance. So let's see what the call is here. It is, yeah, they're going to go and take the penalty. Again, you didn't have the first down, but you got to believe Nacogdoches with this kind of a lead at this part of the field would go for it on 4th and 2. So I agree with the call here by Coach Coleman to go ahead and take the penalty yards here.
Yeah, because if they go for it, obviously that short yardage situation and get the first down, there you go. There's your opportunity to milk some more clock.
And it's a holding penalty. It's a lot of yards from the spot. Third down, 18 for Knack.
Smith drops back, right side throwing. Screen set up, nice blocking out there, and they'll take this one all the way inside the Jacksonville 40. Just a decleater of a block.
Gosh, two guys just missed tackles. I mean, again,
that
just
sprung Joe Carter.
Stephen Gallegos came up and had a shot to keep him from getting the first down, and he just didn't make the play. I mean, I can't call it any other way. He just whiffed. Hate that. Good kid, good player. He just had a tough night making tackles. First down, Nacogdoches. They convert 3rd and 18.
Pitch play this time is to Thacker on the right side. He's got all kinds of room to run. He's up the middle, inside the 20 and powering down to about the 12-yard line. First down yardage, and that'll take us under 10 minutes to go, and the Dragons knocking on the door yet again, Matt.
Now they're just wearing Jacksonville down physically. Jacksonville trying to substitute defensively and get some fresh players in there.
Just looked lost as Jacksonville fumbled the snap there, but Dragons back on it.
Yeah, very strange right there. Smith was under center, which we don't see that very often unless you're Carthage. By the way, that is a final. Gilmer, number 9 in Class 4A, just beat the number 1 team, Newton.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that for Matt Turner and the Buckeyes?
Yeah, man.
It's great stuff.
Nice win. We always like to keep up with Gilmer, and of course Coach Coleman and Randall Kennedy came from Gilmer. They were here before, and of course Randall's a Jacksonville graduate. So here's Knack, 2nd down 10 at the Jacksonville 12.
Two receivers right, one left for Jake Smith. He's in no hurry. Play clock at 16, game clock at 8:55 and counting.
Yeah, he's just going to milk it down.
Smith throws left, high, incomplete off the hands of his intended receiver.
Guys, last week the trivia question was who's the all-time leading rusher in Jacksonville history, and of course number 35 overall in the state of Texas. That was Richard Whitaker, class of 1999. Who has recorded the most yards rushing in a game? Which individual player most yards rushing in a game in Jacksonville history? Trivia question is sponsored by JISD Empowering Champions. You guys think about that. We'll run this play and I'll come back to you.
Third down. As Smith runs left, the ball comes out.
I think the
Dragons look like they may be on it.
Oh, man. At the one?
And they are at the one.
Oh, my goodness. Smith fumbled the ball at the 10-yard line, and the ball bounced all the way down 10 yards to the 1-yard line, inside the one. Here's Nack trying to punch it in.
So heavy package this time as they will dive for the line. Wait for the spot.
Nope, not in.
Not quite. Jacksonville standing up there.
I mean, that game is that play is such a metaphor for this game tonight. I mean, Smith gets hit hard, fumbles the football, but when he fumbles, it goes 10 yards. Nacogdoches is way down to the goal line, and they fall on it. Yeah, it's their night. Their homecoming night.
So 8:05 and counting. Play clock at 10. Dragons have not even broken the huddle yet. And now timeout.
Okay, trivia question.
So trivia question.
Here we go. Who has the most individual rushing yards in one game in Jacksonville history? Who is it?
Todd Travis.
Todd, we'll go to you.
That was not my guess, by the way.
Who? What?
It was not Todd Travis. That was not.
Oh, no. It was not.
We got a
close,
hint.
Though. Close.
We got a hint. What decade, maybe?
I'll give you a hint. It was a non-running back.
Non-running back.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Cam High.
Okay. Ryan, Todd?
Some of those games where he ran
That's
all
probably
over
true.
everybody.
He had a lot of rushes, so I don't know who else it would be.
Guys, it was definitely Cameron High. 2015 versus Lindale, 306 yards rushing.
Wow.
I remember that well.
Yep.
That was Wayne Coleman's first year. I mean, just unbelievable. 306. Wow. Here we go.
Good job, Aaron.
Yeah, nice. At the 1 foot line for
You know
Knack.
what they say about broken clocks being right 2 or 3 times a day? Dive for the line here again. Dragons say they're in.
Yeah, I think he got in. But
Officials have not signaled yet.
Why do you have to talk about it?
And there it is. Touchdown, Dragons.
If it's the spot like they've been giving us all night.
And they just threw a flag on Jacksonville. Yeah, this is one of the tough things about coming down here to SFA is that, I mean, I'm sorry, I love officials. I was one. I got some great official friends, but the way that guy threw that flag right there, and he's still mouthing at the player, the official is, that's so unprofessional. Just throw the flag and walk off the field. You don't job on at the player.
Yeah, I mean, explain your call.
That's just unprofessional. You throw the flag and that's it, but you don't stand there and bob your head up and down chewing him out. Wow. So they'll mark that on the kickoff, unsportsmanlike conduct, as Knack pushes the lead out 41-14. Here's the extra point.
Extra points brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This kick is on the way and good. So with 7:42 to go here in regulation, our score, Knack 42, Jacksonville 14. We'll be back in 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday, Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Rutherford, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Nacogdoches. It's the SFA chapter.
And we are back in Dragon Stadium here in Nacogdoches. 7:42 to go in regulation. And the Dragons have opened this one up, Matt.
Yeah, it's just gotten ugly now. I mean, 42-14, I mean, it doesn't sound that ugly, but Nacogdoches has been just letting the clock run, and they're still moving the ball. So, wow.
Kicking off from the Jacksonville 45 after the penalty. So they'll just boot this one deep, go for the uprights and split them.
Split the uprights. That's impressive. Right through there. So 7:42 remaining, and the Indians down 42-14, guys. It's time to start looking at next week when the White House Wildcats come to town. They were leading Mount Pleasant at the half 28-14. Let's take a peek and see where we are on that game. I can get this to come up right here.
That's homecoming over in White House tonight.
Yeah, it's 37-14 White House with 7 minutes to go.
Well, we're headed into what I'm going to be referring to as House Divided Week.
Yes. Hinojosa.
As Hinojosa on the carry, left side trying to stretch the play, he'll get a few.
Other scores, Pine Tree, 32, Hallsville, 7. Mount Pleasant, Hallsville, Jacksonville look like they're going to go down with one loss in week 1. And Lindale, it's still tight over at Marshall, 42-35 Marshall with 6 minutes to go in the game. 6
Eagles
minutes
hanging
left.
around.
Yeah. So here's Jacksonville first down at their own 22.
Clater takes the snap, fakes a handoff, and has his pass batted down right in his face.
So what Nacogdoches is doing is they're playing 3-deep zone, and they're bringing one of their safeties up, and he's rushing the passer every play. That was number 11 right there for Nacogdoches. And you see the 3 deep right there, and they're just rolling him up. And he's coming off the edge with his ears pulled back. Now he's backing off, but they're just putting pressure on Clater. That ball knocked down. Timeout Jacksonville.
And so, exactly 7 minutes to go. Wayne Coleman and his staff want to talk to their team, so we'll step away for 45 seconds. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS Sports, JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
If you walk through the Tomato Bowl, you've seen the beautiful large photos and arrowheads as well as signage around the stadium. Eric and Kathleen Stanfield can print large format images on metal, glass, and wood, and they do a lot more. Visit their showroom and see for yourself. Congratulations in Jacksonville, sponsors of the Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. Aaron Swink, Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and Ryan Travis along with you here on JHS-sports.com. 7 minutes to go. Nacogdoches looking to go 1-0 in district play. Jacksonville looking to get home and regroup for White House next week. Clater puts one up, though, on the far side, incomplete.
Yeah, once again, just Clater not getting those feet set, guys. This is something to watch on film and talk about, and the Indians are going to bring out their punting unit right here on 4th down. Hey, how about those Rusk Eagles? They're hanging in there. Henderson's taking the lead, 38-32. 10 minutes remaining in that ball game. As the Henderson Lions woke up, they were down 20-17 at the half, but Rusk is still in there. It's 38.
Rusk hanging in.
Yeah, 38-32.
Matt had a jury trial a little earlier this week, and all the talk during all the recesses was everybody was afraid Henderson was going to hang 70 on the Eagles, and they are hanging around.
So Chris Carpenter just knocked a nice punt down the field. He's had a couple of big punts tonight. Folks, don't forget we'll be announcing our offensive player of the game for Jacksonville and their defensive player of the game, sponsored by Austin Bank. And our play of the game, sponsored by Congratulations, as well as our Dar Chiropractic Bone Crusher hit of the game. I know what I'm picking.
I've got two play candidates, but they're both the same player.
Yeah, mine wasn't game related. I had a guy bump into me at the half, and it hurt.
And you laid him out. Oh, I thought you were going to say you delivered the hit.
No.
But okay.
He hit me.
He hit you. Just so we're clear. Smith hands off, and a nice run up the middle, but flag comes in.
Usually that holding call right there in the middle. Yeah, going back to our trivia question, Cam High with 306. He also ran for 295 in 2016 in a game. That's your quarterback.
He was fairly fleet of foot.
Yes.
You know, the greatest handoff of his Jacksonville career was actually not of the football. It was of the homecoming king crown. Do you remember that year?
Oh, man, that was
Darius
awesome.
Holman.
Senior year he did that.
King.
Yep, gave up his homecoming king.
Fantastic story.
Wow.
Handoff this time straight ahead. Jacksonville able to pile up the running back.
I hear somebody singing "Happy Birthday." That's not for Juliana, is it? Did y'all wish her happy birthday?
Yeah,
Don't tell me you didn't wish Juliana Travis.
Surely
we did not do that.
Oh, come on, man. All right, happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Juliana.
20 today.
20 today, and
man,
getting to listen.
Yeah, put me in the doghouse,
Dad and brother.
No, I was just reminding you to do it.
JHS-sports.com.
I was just reminding you. I wasn't trying to steal your thunder.
Travis family, though, getting ready.
Now, Juliana, I'll tell you, they've been talking about your birthday the whole night. I promise. They just got so enthralled with the game as we have a timeout on the field.
Travis family getting ready to head to the A&M Arkansas game tomorrow. I understand that should be fun. Hopefully the Aggies get back on track, guys.
Yeah. I'm hoping so. Not very happy right now. My football, except for the Cowboys, I'm not having a very good year right now. Because you know it's all about me. Ugh. 5:49 remaining, 42-14. Nacogdoches.
Well, one good thing about Jacksonville White House coming up next week, Matt, you can always throw the record books out the window with that one. Well, ever since about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Before that, it was about a 10-year span where it wasn't very good.
Yeah. New quarterback here.
Nice
Gonna
job.
Take a shot
by Clayton of Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's Reed Boyette. Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
No, Caleb Clayton just played that perfectly on the fly route. Nat going for the deep ball, and Caleb just went out there and just did a nice job staying with the receiver. Didn't have a chance. So 3rd down, 14 now for Nacogdoches. Jacksonville High School band hadn't thrown in the towel, and Nacogdoches is in that end of the field, and they're playing loud and proud. As I say that, they stop. Timeout now. Timeout by Nacogdoches.
Interesting with a
Yeah.
lead like this.
No timeouts remaining, thank goodness. So, guys, let's go ahead and talk about our play of the game with 5:41 remaining. It may be a little bit soon, but our play of the game sponsored by Congratulations. Folks, Congratulations, not only do they provide this weekly award to each player, I mean, they actually produce a trophy for the player of the game. We appreciate that. But they're also the folks that printed all those large format prints that you see at the Tomato Bowl in the foyer. They can print just about anything you can imagine. Glass, metal, wood, tile. What other elements am I leaving out, Aaron? Is that
Earth,
everything?
wind, and fire.
Yes, earth, wind, and fire. Thank you. congratulations is your hometown awards and engraving store and so much more. Play of the game, guys. I got to go with Casey Kennedy's 6-yard touchdown pass.
Absolutely.
He stuck it over the end line.
That second effort
for
was
the first score.
Yeah.
So Casey Kennedy gets the congratulations play of the game for Jacksonville. Here's quarterback running for Nac.
Boyette running to the left and lots of room before he is shoved out at the Nac 40.
So, again, we talked about this in pregame. This is a new staff for Bobby Riaz was the head coach here for several years in Nacogdoches, and this is a new staff for Nacogdoches, new system, new way of running things, and Coach Allman's going to get his first district win in 9-5A Division II tonight for Nacogdoches.
So Boyette will hand off straight ahead. This time they'll just keep the clock running.
Jacksonville with wholesale defensive changes. Here comes Hinojosa, Sergio Moreira, and Clayton checks back in at corner. Jacksonville Junior Varsity won last night 26-6 over Nacogdoches' JV at Tomato Bowl. Jacksonville freshmen had a good game with Nac but went down 21-14.
Now a handoff again straight ahead. And that looks to be Sanders. He's going to make it all the way to the Jacksonville 42 and move the chains.
Again, just tackling right there. Cam Fuller had him right at the line of scrimmage, and he just got by. And again, you see all those white jerseys coming in. You got a tired defense right now, and they're just moving them in and out, trying to keep them fresh. Keep Nac out of the end zone. Lots of points this year for the opponents for Jacksonville, guys. 48 the first game, 48 the next game, 67, and tonight it's at 42 and maybe more. Man.
Boyette going to keep himself and run left, and he's got lead blockers, and he's going to go a long way, and he may score.
Flag.
No, he's finally up inside the 5. There is a flag.
At the 30. Bring it back. One of the reasons he did pop out of there, Aaron, was a hold. Or a push in the back or a hold. I mean, I could see it from here across the field. It looked like Cash Cleaver. Did I say Cash Cleaver?
You did.
I did. His
you
brother,
did.
Excuse me.
That's brother Carson.
Carson's not going to like I said that. Cash will love it. But Carson
well, actually,
got held.
I don't know. The fact that it was a penalty, maybe Carson would like it if you.
Yeah,
if
but no, it was a penalty on Nac. They held Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was about to make the tackle and he got held, and that's what helped. That's what helped Jake Smith and that quarterback to get down to the Jacksonville 3, but it comes all the way back. Huge penalty from the spot will negate that big run. So that pushes the football all the way back to the 41 of Jacksonville.
.349 and counting. Dragons just look to run it out here. Handoff straight ahead.
Yeah, and a minute ago I was giving credit to Jake Smith on that run. That was Reed Boyette. I'm sorry. I know, Todd, you're keeping stats, but of course it got negated by the penalty. But it's the junior Reed Boyette at quarterback. Just to be clear there.
Yes, I had him.
Okay, like it matters. Matters to him. But. So anyway,
I was going to say it matters to his mama.
Yeah, that's what counts.
Not that she's listening to JHSJacksports.com.
We've been pushing that thing out there. You never know.
We'd be glad to have her. Boyette on the run again, this time to the right. Jacksonville, though, running him down from behind. He made that first contact there.
So it's Cleaver who gets there first.
That is Cleaver.
He's going to have to come out. Shakari Hamlet will check in for Jacksonville, and Cleaver will come out. Jordan Hicks checks in for Cleaver. Came up a little bit limping there.
So the handoff, straight ahead, first down yardage. Take us under 2 minutes with Thacker. Now, interesting question here, Matt, looking at this Nacogdoches roster.
Yes.
You've got number 22, Demorian Thacker, and you've got number 23, Kamorian Thacker, probably related.
I would think so.
Okay.
22 and 23.
But Demorian, number
juniors.
22, has an apostrophe in his name.
Yeah, if I'm Kamorian.
His brother, number 23, Kamorian, does not.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
I don't know. Now, maybe that's a typo in the program, possibly, but just interesting to me.
Wow. Yeah, if I'm him, I'm suing for my apostrophe. In fact, there's a lot of apostrophes on this page.
There are.
Yeah, we talked about that.
There are. We did.
It feels like I'm looking at a French menu.
Or a Dublin phone book.
Thank you. That's even better. But French food, Irish food, I'm going with French.
Okay. So Boyette running right, and he'll be close to the sticks as we go down under a minute to go. I think they'll have to snap it probably one more time, and that should do it.
So the district doesn't start off like Jacksonville obviously wanted, but it's not over. I mean, it's an 8-team district. You got 7 games. Jacksonville will have 4 games in district play at home, starting next week with White House.
Boyette's going to throw. There's a flag, so he'll throw to the end zone.
What a catch.
And it's caught.
Unbelievable.
It would be a score. Let's check the flag.
It's going to be offsides on Jacksonville.
So the touchdown will stand.
Yep.
And it's
offsides, decline. And, Caleb Clayton for Jacksonville on the play was right there. But you just got to see the catch Nazavian Floyd made if you see the highlights of this game. He just went up with one hand. I mean, it's one of those NFL catches, and he just pulls it down with one hand.
Extra point attempts brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty, and it is good. So with 21 seconds to go, our score now, Nacogdoches 49 and Jacksonville 14.
It's doesn't get any uglier than this right now, guys. It's tough. 21 seconds. Let's get out of here. Go back and regroup and get ready for White House next week. And don't let this game define your district race.
Absolutely not. And that game with White House next week, a pivotal game. Always, as we said, for the last 4 or 5 years, it's gotten competitive again, and really no love lost, as anybody could tell you, between Jacksonville and White House. So a lot to play for next week.
Well, I mean, it's your season. I mean, you can't go down 0-2 in district, and if you can come back and get that win, and you're back in it, because you got those last 2 games. We keep talking about it, Tomato Bowl, with Mount Pleasant and Lindale. Those games are huge.
I mean, we had those circled. We talked about those in pregame of the Carthage game.
Yes.
I mean, looking ahead and knowing how important they could be.
Well, it's a final White House over Mount Pleasant, 40-14. So the White House Wildcats take care of a Mount Pleasant team, guys. I thought I picked Mount Pleasant for that game. I thought Mount Pleasant, with their non-district slate they had, they played a pretty good schedule.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I got a chance to go over to Brown Elementary in White House this morning. My wife was awarded a grant from the White House ISD Education Foundation. And I'll tell you, being at an elementary school on homecoming day, and I said this to my wife, I said, if the high school kids bring the energy that these elementary school kids did, Mount Pleasant was in trouble, and that must be what happened.
Well, they did, because that final was big, 40-14. Pine Tree defeats Hallsville, 32-7. So the Pirates at home take care of business there. As I'm flipping through here, let's see, there's a couple of games still going on. Lindale Marshall still shows that same time, 6 minutes, 42-35. Marshall over Lindale, so still waiting on something update on that. 4 minutes to go. Russ still hanging in there, 38-32. Henderson with the lead.
Big private school score from Dallas tonight. Brook Hill 49 and the Corumdale Academy 0. So Brook Hill squeaking one out.
So 8 seconds. That should be the last play of the game here for Jacksonville, as they're just going to bring in Casey Kennedy right here. What's the play? Delay a game, Jacksonville.
Wow. Delay a game with 9 seconds to go in the game.
So Casey Kennedy will take this snap here, and Jacksonville will line up to shake hands. We'll get Coach Coleman's comments after he visits with his team. And, well, very disappointing, guys. Not a good showing for Jacksonville, and it's back to the drawing board. As Kennedy takes
Kennedy's
his last snap.
Keep himself and run left. He's got lots of room, and he'll actually rumble down near the Dragon 30, just inside it, but that will do it. And so it is a final from Dragon Stadium. Nacogdoches 49 and Jacksonville 14. The Indians fall to 0-1 in district play. Head home to get ready for the White House Wildcats next Friday night.
Yeah, tough loss. Both teams now shaking hands, and not a lot of love lost there, right there with the officiating crew leaving, and a couple of Jacksonville coaches kind of had a little some words with them and stuff. And guys, it was not a well officiated game, I just got to say. And they didn't cost Jacksonville the game; they just made it worse. So Nat gets the win here at Dragon Stadium, and these two teams have played some slobber knockers over the years, but tonight is all Nacogdoches. Guys, our offensive and defensive players of the game. Sponsored by Austin Bank, your community bank, locally owned and operated since 1900. All right, who do you think we got for Offensive Player of the Game? Any nominations?
Offensive Player of the Game.
Offensive Player of the Game. Tick-tock.
Well, you had Casey Kennedy with the touchdown. Of course, he got the play of the game with that one.
Yeah. I mean, I like the way Hinojosa ran the ball.
Yeah,
there.
I did as well.
He only had a couple carries, but, I mean, as far as spark to the offense, I mean, you know, he gave as much spark as he could. So I'm going with Hinojosa. Dominic Hinojosa is the Offensive Player of the Game.
In his first varsity start, so congratulations to him.
Defensive Player of the Game, sponsored by Austin Bank. Any nominations?
Defensive Player of the Game.
Defensive Player of the Game.
Probably Bryson Tatum, maybe?
Todd's looking at stats here.
That's
Tatum.
exactly who it should be. Bryson Tatum, no doubt. Huge game for Bryson Tatum, a junior linebacker, in a losing cause, but he played his heart out. So there you go. Dominic Hinojosa, Offensive Player of the Game, sponsored by Austin Bank. And the Defensive Player of the Game, Bryson Tatum. And we've pretty much already decided the Bone Crusher here of the game, sponsored by Dar Chiropractic. If your body needs an adjustment, Darwin Dar, he is your guy. Dr. Dar is your hometown chiropractor. The Bone Crusher here to the game is when Chris Carpenter lit up Deckard, the wide receiver for Nacogdoches on the Jacksonville sidelines. Chris Carpenter with the Bone Crusher here to the game. Stay with us. We'll have our post-game statistics with Todd Travis, sponsored by Randy Gorham, your source for accounting and income tax needs since 1984. And we just want to thank all of our sponsors for helping us put all these games online. Would say on the air, but we're straight online now. I hope that great video by our producer Ryan Travis.
Yeah, I'm glad you're giving him the shout out, Matt, because I was just about to do that.
Man, just a great,
fantastic.
If you watch that video, if you're having trouble and you're listening to us on the site and it's buffering and you're having it knock off, watch that video. He'll show you how to go to other places like YouTube and Twitch. And like I said, coming down, I thought Twitch was a dating site until he told me that it was not that. So, what was the other one? Oh, Facebook. You can watch us on. You can pick us up on
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
There you go. Film on 11. Coach Wayne Coleman still talking to his team. Jacksonville goes to 1-3 overall and 0-1 in 9-5A Division II. And again, you come home next week You get a win versus White House. You can get your pride back in it. And then you head to Pine Tree the next week. Pirates, pretty good football team this year, guys. They've got their quarterback back. They got some of those receivers back. The Sparkman kid, I think, who's committed to, Arkansas? He's back. So the road's going to be tough for Jacksonville, but they have the kids that can do it. Team now in prayer, waiting to break. Find Wayne Coleman here as he steps out of the huddle now. Hang on just a second. He's talking to one of his players. Guys, Todd, if you want to start on the stats, just real quick, and I'll interrupt you when I get him.
Okay.
Yeah, post-game stats are brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. Randy's been your source for accounting and income tax needs since 1984. And Todd, I'll toss it over to you.
Our Indians finished the game on 59 plays on offense for 219 yards, with 137 yards passing and 82 yards rushing. Our quarterback, Patrick Clater, finished with 12 completions on 33 attempts for 137 yards and 1 touchdown. Our leading receiver was Carpenter, 5 catches for 55. And our leading rusher, I guess at the end there, was Casey Kennedy with a 1 carry for 26 yards.
All right, Todd, excuse me just a minute. We have head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles postgame interview. Coach, yuck. And it's disappointing, I know. But you know what? I mean, it's one game, district. I mean, you're still there's still 6 more games to go.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And, you tell that to the kids all the time. It's a long season. And because you have to be prepared for nights like this. There's going to be ups and downs and all kinds of turns in the road. And this is one of them. And, there's times where we've gotten a lot of breaks this year where the ball was right there, perfect throw, all that stuff. Tonight we were off by a foot, I don't know how many times, and every time they fumbled the ball, somehow they fell on it. And so just one of those nights everything went their way.
Coach, appreciate you visiting with us. You'll regroup, and we'll see you next week home at Tomato Bowl against White House.
Thanks, Matt.
Head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles post-game interview. I want to thank Dr. Larry Folden, Dr. Brad Westbrook, and Dylan Rutherford for sponsoring all of our conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman, including Smoke Signals, sponsored by the JHS Media Department, led by our own Lee Traylor. They do such a great job. Appreciate them. Guys, back up to you in the booth.
Thanks, Matt, and we'll throw it back over to Todd as you're wrapping up our stats, brought to you by Randy Gorham.
We take a look at the Dragons. They finished with 58 plays on offense for 457 yards, with 185 yards passing and 272 yards rushing tonight.
And so it was all Nacogdoches tonight, but Jacksonville will regroup, head home, and take on the White House Wildcats next week. And I'll tell you, from a Jacksonville fan standpoint, there's nothing quite like a win against the White House Wildcats to make you feel like everything is all right with the world. And Jacksonville will try to get back there and get to 1-1 next week. We hope that you'll join us from the historic Tomato Bowl. We will be live at 6:45 ahead of the 7:30 kickoff. For Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and our producer Ryan Travis, this is Aaron Swink. Thanks for listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next Friday night. Good night.